son of the smooth operator. Shawty on repeat, I say sleep later. This another favor, consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air, fantasy a dream, real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless, learn to live shameless. Talk about me a lot, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless, so I'ma style on them. They washed up, it's a rap, throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them, otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue, get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. Yeah. Vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed, I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube, I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links, that's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar, I'm arrows ahead. Get the point, moving forward, the battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a miner, but made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee, ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. I'm vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather, be weather, be tripping, starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this bad at board games. Whole world clueless, selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a slice, extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver,
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Welcome to episode 246 of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse, which, by the way, you can also find on Spotify. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Apple. You can find it on Google. You can find it on Timbuktu. You can find it literally anywhere you listen to podcasts. And if you do, make sure you leave me a rating, because that helps me find more listeners like yourself. So we are here. We are back. It's another round. I am, well, just sad to admit that, there's been a little bit of, if you follow me on Twitter, you probably already know this. So I'm not gonna go into too terribly deep about it, because we do still have a show to do. So and I just don't feel like it requires much oxygen. But just so you know, we're not gonna have Carter here today. Just put that out there. So I'm not gonna dig too terribly deep into it. It just is what it is. So yeah, let's just go with that. Take that information, go with God or whoever. So man, let me give you all the rundown on what it is we're gonna be talking about today. Let's see. We have got actually, you know what? Because I slick forgot this was coming out and didn't really prepare for it, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Invincible Season 2 Part 2 premiere. We're also going to talk a little bit about that Crow trailer that came out, because that was the thing that happened. And we're also going to talk about the thing that everyone's been asking me about all week. We're going to be talking about the X-Men 97 director getting fired, for any number of reasons. And we're also going to be talking about all of the announcements. We're going to talk about them in a little bit more depth, because I have a little bit more information now. That came out on Thursday, I believe it was. Yeah, Thursday. The announcements of the 3 new core X titles that are going to be coming out, on top of some of the other stuff that's going to be dropping shortly thereafter. That said, you know what? I can't keep this up anymore, Carter. I can't keep it up no more. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't keep it up anymore. I tried. I really did. I really tried, but I could not. I apologize. Let me pull that down just a little bit. But
I wanted to stop immediately when I saw that Dalzell Williams said that she had just gotten a promotion to assistant manager. So I immediately wanted to stop the whole charade and just say, Miss Williams, congrats on that promotion. But I was trying to say, I had to mute it again, because I was trying to.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta fuck with people.
No. We going deep in this. So for anyone who don't know, long story short, Ernie and I had a falling out on Twitter. You know what? It's more so Rob's fault than anything, because I wouldn't have seen that tweet if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
Like the whole tweet that he and I kind of had a little tiff about was completely satirical.
Yes.
And I retweeted, and I called him, and I asked him if he had seen the tweet. So I'm on the freeway, he sees the tweet, and then I just get the idea, because something that Rob said, let's mess with people real quick. So that entire exchange happened while he was doing stuff, and I was in a traffic jam. That whole thing, and y'all asses went crazy. I got messages. I'm pretty sure he probably got some messages like, yeah, I knew Carter was like that. I ain't never trust Carter from the jump anyway. He was a piece of shit. You think I can join the Blerd Cave with you, Blerd Without Fear? So
oddly enough.
We are fine. I will say, and I told him this before the show started. I said, people are going to realize it's BS, because here's the thing. What I told you, Ernie.
Yeah.
I unfollowed you on Twitter.
Yeah.
I deleted the Blerd Cave information in my Twitter bio. I went invisible on Discord, so people thought I was gone. The whole shebang. And then when you upload the thumbnail for the Blerd Cave for today, all that description says today's Blerd Cave, Ernie and Carter. I'm like, shit.
Oh yeah. See, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of times, I just assume people don't read the description. but it was just me.
But seeing so many people fall for something that is. So here's the problem, and I do this with a lot of things. I make the mistake of thinking that, like, because I got common sense, because we have all these amazing fans, and I talk to you all every Saturday. I talk to you all when I stream. I talk to you all on Twitter. I talk to you all on Discord. I have this issue to where I think that means all of y'all got some sense. You don't. You most certainly do not. It reminds me of the people I saw that was crying in there about pro wrestling, about how Cody got to finish the story. Watch. I am shocked y'all fell for that. Or something. Let me give some of you all respect. Some of y'all fell for that. Because first, I didn't think it was gonna work. Because all Ernie said was, you know what? Don't show up to the cave tomorrow. Wait.
Yeah, it was something along those lines.
He said that, and I'm like, well, they're gonna realize it was fake. And then that's why I posted that GIF that I posted that in response to your tweet was literally after we gotten off the phone. I saw it, like I saw your response, and then traffic started moving, so I just posted that real quick and just started driving. And shout out to this lovely goofball of a woman in my life that just texts me because she likes to watch the cave or listen to the cave while she's working. I just got a text that just said I was about to drive to fucking Memphis. So you was about to get hands. Paige, you ain't got to do nothing.
Look, see, you got to clue the family in. You got to clue the family in first before we do that shit.
In pro wrestling terms, Paige, it was a work.
It was
not real.
It was most certainly a work. But I do want to say shout out Dalzell K. Williams on that promo, and hey, just keep doing it big. Keep climbing. Hey, look, and not only keep climbing, keep shining. Yeah. We also got Ryan Allison in here, says it's crazy. Somehow I was an unsubscribed member. Said Power's trying to block my enjoyment. Hey, well, you know what? Yeah, I will say this. I always tell people, check your stuff sometimes, because I've had that happen to me before, where there's things that, like, I'm like, yeah, I watch this stuff all the time, and I'm subscribed, and yet somehow, like, something happens where, like, I get unsubscribed or whatever. I don't know how that shit works. It always makes me scared that something happened. Something happened to my channel.
Holy shit!
Oh my God!
Why?
What are you doing?
Why?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh God! What is happening? What is happening?
Why?
What is happening?
Hey, y'all, appreciate you all falling for that fucking joke that we did on y'all. Gearless Mo, here's 200.
He's like,
so good. That was so good. I had to double the contribution. I didn't fall for it. I just looked at the intel, and when I saw you were gone on Discord, I figured you were pulling a good one. Great, you both are here.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm here for it. Well, you know what? I gotta Jesus, I don't even, dude, bruh, out here. You know,
but he just proved my point. He just proved my point. He said, when I saw you were gone on Discord, that is why I did it. Because I really wanted to see how many people would panic mode real quick. Oh my God, is Carter really gone? Am I finna have to sit through Ernie and that Robo dude on Saturdays now? You're fine. I am here.
I mean, I just subbed in Cypher every now and again. Damn. He's like,
people are here for comic book insight, knowledge, and information, not to see him blow his vape rings. Okay, sir? We are somebody.
But I like
we
his
are
vapor
special.
rings.
We no fuck that. You and me, Blerd Cave, we are special. There is a reason that everybody else starts their comic book live streams before we start ours. We run.
Wait,
Saturday.
no. I ain't gonna let you just. I almost said the name. I was like, I said I ain't gonna sit here and let you just bar up folks like that. Come on. Look, wait. Let me see if I got this shit in here. Look, I'm about to say, do I need to get the JR? Do I need to get the JR in here and be like, man, come on, man, stop the goddamn match?
There is a reason that they start theirs at a time slot that is not in tune with ours. There is a reason for that. We basically, when it comes to comic books, run Saturday morning.
That is,
we
you know
run
what?
Saturday, dog.
I'm gonna be dead ass with you. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It is true. It is true. Look, actually, you know what, here, I'm gonna put this in here because now it has to be in here now. Like, it just has to be, like, I can't see it any other way. Because I wish I would have had it. I wish I would have had this handy, like, off rip. But yeah. That's yeah, we're running with that now. We're gonna run with that now. That's a thing, y'all. This is the thing now. Anyway, Gearless Mo said so good. I had to double contribution. Okay, so yeah, there you go. I think you read it already. So yeah, there you go.
I did.
Yeah, you already did. So yeah, we got the 200. You know what? That's over max damage. So I'm still hitting the. Yeah, we're still hitting that. So you still get it. You still get. But yeah, no. You know what? Can that be that should be the tagline. You know what? Not just the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other in the multiverse, but 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 the comic talk that runs the comic shop. So I mean, we literally, I don't ever like to just put people on blast, but yeah, there are a couple of they're actually more than a couple different live streams that make sure they ain't on when we on. But anyway, and you know why I love this too, also because they like watching this. Yeah, but because we're cool, we're fun, we're hip, we're in. That said, thank you again, Gearless Mo. Like I said, after everything you've been doing for the homie here, for myself, and still just like coming out here like this, dude. Like I said, that's just bruh. Like I can't say it like I know it sounds crazy. I can't overstate it enough. I can't state it enough, but Jonathan Moda, Gearless Mo,
yeah,
is always out here, and that is because
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah.
That's right. He's the cream of the crop.
I still regret not buying you that sweater for Christmas.
Oh, the cream of the crop sweater.
I truly regret not just buying you.
Dude, actually, I see it ever so often, and I think this is gonna be the year. Actually, there's two things I'm gonna buy this year. It's gonna be that Macho Man cream of the crop ugly Christmas sweater, and the I Am Not Daredevil Christmas sweater. I'm gonna get those. I gotta get both of them. Tubes One says I definitely missed all this, but that's hilarious. See, that's what we do. That's what we do. Yeah. We bring it all together. Let's see. Oh, let's see here. What else we got, man? We got a couple other ones in here too. Yeah. We got X-Triv out here. Bam! With 1999 super chat. Wait. Oh, this is you and me must never part. Maki da. Oh my god! That, man, like I'm not even gonna try to. I don't even know if y'all want me to try to replicate that.
What did you say to me after we were finished with that Greg Wiseman interview, which I personally believe is probably one of the worst interviews that I have ever done? I sucked on that interview.
Really?
Personally. You know why?
Why?
Because you sat there and you contributed and you were asking questions. Okay. Remember when I told you that Halle Berry story with me and her at fucking Starbucks? And I was just like, same rules apply. I was so like, bruh, that's Greg Wiseman. That's Craig the Gargoyles. That was my
That's Young
childhood,
Justice.
right? You know what I'm saying? So I was just so like, through the whole thing, I just felt like I added absolutely nothing. To
You
that
did though.
fucking
You did. Like you talk. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why you felt that way. So, and once again, because I think I told you this when I did the interview with David Pepos.
Yeah.
David Pepos is already like very familiar with the comic book journalism landscape because he used to be a part of it. And that's what he did for a living. He was a comic book journalist. Like back when being a comic book journalist meant you either worked for Wizard or you worked for like Newsarama or Superhero Hype back in the day. So like he already kind of knew what time it was. So like anytime I asked him a question, he knew exactly how to answer it. He probably already kind of knew what follow-up question I was going to ask. So that's honestly the easiest interview I've ever done. Cause I was like, dude, I just asked, a question, boom. He just hits me with all the information that I need, which I mean, which may sound like I'm saying it's a bad thing. It's not. It's actually a good thing because it makes like with basically how that interview was set up.
Yeah.
It made it so that I could just relax and just enjoy having a conversation as opposed to like, trying to, oh God, let me try and think, whoa, what should I ask him next? Do I have enough questions to ask him next? So I thought that was cool. And so all of that was a native saying. Greg Weisman was the same. Like Greg, he's been in the game for a long time. Yeah. He knows what we're going to ask him because he gets asked, I guarantee you, he probably gets asked the same shit all the time. It's like I imagine if I get the same questions every week, on Twitter, Facebook, if I bother to check it, or anywhere else, Discord, whatever, I'm pretty sure Greg gets it even worse than I do. So he knew what time it was. And that just kind of meant we could just sit back and trip with him. Yeah. Which I thought actually lent itself to a better conversation overall. My opinion, my personal opinion.
But the reason I even brought that up to begin with is just because you said something when we were done. And he said goodbye to us. He said that his wife was calling him for dinner, so he was about to rock, but then it was the con offer. Yeah, that would be fucking ridiculous if you pulled that off. But what did you said, Carter? You know what? You say it because I can't say it.
What?
We somebody.
Oh yeah. It's like
you just say it, Carter, because I can't write myself saying Carter. You gotta say it for me.
Hey, we somebody. Yeah, we somebody now. We no.
Like, all you gotta do is look at these super chats, big dog. We got Sylvester the Samurai with Blerd Club Gold for 19 months saying the best comic stream, period. I even stopped gaming to watch you fellas. Speaking of gaming, has anyone tried the new RPG Unicorn Overlord? Loving the demo. I have not. I don't even know what that is.
I haven't got a chance to try the demo yet. It is on a if any of y'all can tell, I've been very busy this week. I've not got I legit have not gotten to play shit all week. Actually, for the past couple of weeks, I've just been like cranking videos out. So yeah, this is going to be, even after we get done with this, I have an interview after the show is over. So like, I'm not going to get to do anything for a little bit. But I'm going to try and play some stuff this weekend. So I might try and see if I can hop on that demo either later today or tomorrow. But I think if I'm not mistaken, Unicorn Overlord, I believe it's a tactical RPG or something like that.
Got you. But there's another one here from LA Chillin'. He's in the Blerd Club Silver for 19 months. He said, I felt like I heard my parents were getting divorced.
Oh, no.
So, and you know what? You're saying no, but that's what I wanted.
Oh, well, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
That means it worked.
That means this man. I'm gonna go back up a little bit because we got one that we inadvertently skipped. Yeah. We got one from Stomp. Here, I'm actually bringing these down just a taste because some of you may not even have noticed, but I changed the layout a little bit, so I'm kind of messing with some stuff. Some stuff might be out of place for a little bit, but yeah. Stomp 10 says, "What's up, Blerds? Would you rather be an X-Men with any power you wanted or be a Jedi with complete mastery of the Force?" Not gonna lie, I like Jedi and all, love Star Wars. However, I'd rather be an X-Man. Especially if I could choose the power that I wanted.
This Unicorn Overlord is done by Vanillaware, and I like Dragon's Crown. I'm gonna have to look at this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look at it.
Yeah. But here's the problem with Vanillaware. They make such beautiful games that I never get to play all the way through. Because like Dragon's Crown, I can't play that in front of my family. I'm sorry, I just can't. I can't, especially in front of my daughter, like because she is more aware. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a smart kid. She's more aware of shit. And like it wouldn't be because like I feel like she would be disappointed in me. Like I feel like she would just be giggling too goddamn much. But yeah. Y'all ain't shit. Let's see here. We got what's this? Oh shit, man. Look. Man, Devontre out here says he's out here gifting subs. We appreciate that. We appreciate that love.
Oh my God. That's how you know Gearless Mo bars was destined for greatness. He said he was in an elevator with Janet Jackson. So just that aura and just how Janet Jackson probably smells amazing. Just all of that got to hit him, and he's just been moving on up ever since. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't like. I'm sorry. Let me be real. Let me
about Janet Jackson, dog. I'm telling you. And I also saw somebody in the chat ask about what's this Halle Berry story. I don't like talking about that story. It's fucking embarrassing. Leave me alone. But that's why Gearless Mo. That's why Gearless Mo brought up that he was in an elevator with Janet Jackson in MTV a decade ago. Yeah, see, it's like she's like the positive version of Erykah Badu, because when people mess with Erykah Badu, they go crazy. Janet Jackson, you just moving on up. You just moving on up, dog. He was probably just some regular brother, man. Had all that smells and aura and just Jackson 5-ness just hit his body. now his ass is goddamn eternal around here, dog. See, it's something about Janet Jackson.
Wait a minute. Wait, is that like the black woman triumvirate? It's like Janet Jackson is the positivity, Erykah Badu is the negativity, and Lauryn Hill just don't show up. Like it's motherfuckers that bought tickets. It's motherfuckers that bought tickets to a Lauryn Hill concert 10 years ago, still waiting on her ass to show up.
I'm not finna hate on Erykah Badu. Sir Yuri G, you are most certainly welcome. He said, I didn't get to comment on it, but I wanted to say thank you for that entertaining interview with Greg Wiseman. And don't worry, Carter, you did fine. I did laugh at one of the comments on that video that was like, man, this was a great interview. Congrats to Ernie and the gang. Who the fuck is the gang?
It's like, excuse you?
Are we on Soul Train now? Are we before Kool and the Gang and them come out? Ernie and the gang. I got a name, motherfucker. It's two people. It's two of us. It's just two of us.
I mean, that is fair. So the thing that I personally always find entertaining about this sort of stuff is, let me do this real quick while it's fresh in my head. Yeah. But yeah, the thing I always find interesting about this sort of stuff is that I get like in a roundabout way. In some ways, I kind of get it because I did look into this the other day, and I found it a little disturbing.
What's
I just
that?
want to put this out here. So, if you are a YouTuber of any ilk, it actually does you some good to look at your analytics from time to time. You know what I'm saying? It does you some good, and I think it's wise. I think it's very, very, very wise. But I looked at something that I found most troubling, and it made me reevaluate how I even, carry on with my content. So I was looking at it, and there's a part here. I'm gonna pull this up because I want y'all to see this so y'all know that I'm not lying. I don't want anyone dare call Blerd Without Fear a liar. But I was looking at the numbers, and here, actually, let's you might see Carter freeze for a split second. I apologize, but there we go. Okay. I wanted to pull up an image because it's easier if I can pull up the image as opposed to the website itself. But here we go. So I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of how the sausage is made. And I'm gonna tell you, Carter, why you probably got that message and saw it the way you saw it. Because it dawned on me the other day. It actually dawned on me the other day. And it makes me sad. So I'm actually going to be spending the next month or so trying to figure out how to remedy this, because I find this very disheartening. So I was looking at my analytics, and it kind of broke my heart a little bit. And now some of this I get because I do a lot of just video content. So it makes sense. But it said 86% of the audience only watches videos. That part, it would not be as disturbing if not for the rest of it. Like I would rather, it's not to say I would want that number to be less, but I would want these other two numbers to be more. It says you got 86% watching only the videos. You have 4% only watching the live, which that's crazy to me. If I want to grow that watching both. Like, I'm not saying it's got to be like astrofucking-nomical, but man, I would love to, I'm gonna try and figure out some ways to maybe I just need to talk about it more. Maybe I just need to promote it more. I mean, because to be fair, I don't really say anything, but maybe I'll need to start interjecting in the videos and just talking about the cave and maybe trying to drive traffic to that. Maybe get that. Maybe that's a way to do it. I don't know. But yeah, the 10% watching both, I was like, man, that makes me sad. That makes me sad in the pants. Makes me sad in the pants. But that is, and I will definitely say, I would not expect that number to grow much higher. Like if it was, so for me, just to give you guys an idea, so that way y'all don't think I'm crazy. If I get that number of watching, that percentage of watching both to like 20%, or even 30%, I would be perfectly happy with that, because I don't expect every person who watches my videos to give a fuck about what I have to say on a live stream. I just accept that. But yeah, it still kind of breaks my heart just a little bit, teensy weensy a little bit. We got one here from Levesto Samurai, says, "Sing, brother." This is 1999. In a super chat. I go. I'm gonna do it.
Hey, Jasmine just spit some fire. She said, "Yeah, I think plugging it in the videos would work. I only know about the Blerd Cave because I'm subscribed and get notifications." So
that's true. Actually, you know what? I like that. That's bars right there. That's bars right there. So yeah, I think that's the way forward. Because here's the thing. And let me just go ahead and be 100% transparent here, and I promise we're going to get to the stuff we're going to talk about. For transparency's sake, yes, to grow the audience of the Blerd Cave is largely incumbent upon me, because it just means that it helps the channel out even more, because that's a beautiful thing. So, but I also do want to grow the community. I want everybody to be a part of this and feel like they got like a place. Like, I don't want people to feel like, oh, okay, I just come and watch the videos and okay, get the fuck out of here. I don't want it to. I mean, if it's that way, it's cool, but I don't want it to always be that way with everybody. That said, LJ Brown LJ Brown with the 5
Where he
pounds.
been?
He's
Good
been
Lord.
busy. He been watching that. He been watching Bleach. It takes a long time to watch all that goddamn Bleach. Hell, especially now they add in Bleach.
There you go.
But nice, it's been busy lately. Hope you guys are blessed. Hey, we appreciate your pimp and hope
Yes.
you're doing
Yes.
well. Also, thank you for the 39 months. That's very appreciated. Don't think it ain't. Don't think it ain't. We also got C-Found, Architect of Sin, with the gifted sub out here, man. We appreciate you, pimp. Thank you for that. Also, how the hell you been? We also got middle-aged cow coming into the Blerd Club Gold. Welcome to the fold. Let's see. We've also got Go Khan, sure his baby's father said. They said you got 97 problems and a job ain't one. God damn it. Talking about what we're gonna be talking about a little bit later. talking about the X-Men 97.
Okay,
boss.
I caught it now. I caught it now. Wow. Over my fucking head. Okay. We got a little Caesar Hot and Ready 5 from the Elite X1. He said, can y'all explain what the fuck happened in Transformers number 6 with Sparky and the Matrix of Leadership? It was kind of weird to me as a longtime fan.
So let me be fully upfront. I haven't read it yet.
That's fine.
My intention was to, but I'll revisit my earlier statement that like I have, like when I say I've been working on videos like nonstop, pretty much. Yeah. Like I told Carter yesterday, I was like, I literally just kind of want to stop for a while. I was like, so like that's actually what I did most of last night, where I actually, to make it even funnier, I actually recorded more videos last night.
Oh wow.
I recorded 3 more videos last night that I have not. I edited like a third of one of them, and I was like, you know what? Okay, let me tell you. This is how tired I was of being at my computer working on videos. I recently started watching The Handmaid's Tale, and to be fair, it's almost kind of like watching it for the second time, because whenever my wife was watching it, I was in the room. Not for every episode, but I was there for like a lot of like the high points, or I guess the important parts or whatever. So like a lot of the stuff is going on, and I kind of already know what's going on, and I was half-ass paying attention, but now I'm like fully paying attention. That show is incredibly depressing, and I would rather have done that than make one more video out of the, because I think I shot like 8 this week so far, including those from last night. And it's all like stuff that either is timely or evergreen. So it's like a mix of stuff. That's why like you haven't seen a lot of it. But no, I actually am going to read Transformers, and I will probably be kind of slick reading it while we're live, just to kind of see what's going on. And if I can do that while we're on, or I'll just message you later and tell you. But do know the plan is to make a video about it. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. I'm just, like I said, it's been a wild week. It's been a wild week.
It was a wild day yesterday, because even with that joke, I'm gonna tell you the one thing that tripped me out about it.
What happened?
It was the fact that so many people believed it, and then my Twitter, I just started getting a shitload of Twitter followers because of that.
Oh Lord!
And it was crazy to me, because I'm like, y'all ain't been nowhere over in my neck of the woods until you may or may not have seen some drama or negative.
Well, no, I can tell you what some of it probably was, because there were people who slick fell for that initial tweet. And I guarantee you, I would even say a fair amount of them were people who also fell for it and thought that, like,
I just thought that was crazy.
He gets it. He gets it. He's one of us.
I did see one comment that was like, they can't wait for the next and you could clearly tell he saw that we were full of it. He was saying he couldn't wait for the next DC movie that was gonna have, Oh, no, I think it was like Bane versus Vader in it or something. So he was right there.
Yeah.
Joking with us.
I just thought it was funny that people legit looked at they saw Civil War and didn't even think about the fact that that was an actual movie called Civil War, not like Captain America.
And
Civil
it
War.
had nothing to do
with Marvel
at all. But I don't know, dude.
It had more to do with real life than it did anything else, but that's neither here nor there. You know what?
I just thought that was funny.
You know what?
Oh, hey, don't.
Huh?
Mailman in the chat right now. Oh my goodness.
Oh, got a bunch of Ripper fans flocking in. I mean, you ain't wrong.
I can't even but you know what's crazy? I can't even say that though.
Mm.
Not because I don't have anything to do with Ripper, but because a lot of the people that will follow me is a lot of you motherfuckers that are in the chat right now. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you right now. I'm looking down because I'm looking at the chat, but I'm looking at your ass. I see a lot of these names that just all of a sudden follow me on Twitter right now. If there were double the wow. Yeah. Negativity is a motherfucker. If there were double the viewers in here today, we'd know for sure. Yeah.
True that.
Negativity sells, my brother.
Oh yeah, no, it does. Oh, it most certainly does.
Now that I have showed you, now that I have wiped the egg off of y'all face and wiped all that pie and cake off your face, now you know that there are no problems over here. Let's get to work.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to read. Well, yeah, want to give shout out to this. With Jody Stubblefield hit us with the 1999 super chat. And also, I want to point out something because nobody except me said this, and I thought this was very telling. It said, LOL, everybody was waiting to turn on Ernie.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
Look, wait a minute. You know what it was? It was almost, it kind of reminded me of like when you see those like double turns in wrestling. It is like,
he hit the fucking nail on the head.
Everybody was waiting. They're like, look, motherfuckers like, we about to cook his shit. Look, I was like, look, man. I was like, it's like, because the whole, like, and the thing is, I would have taken it. I would have taken it in stride. But see, here's the thing. I know there's a lot of motherfuckers that would have done that. And you know what they would have done when they found out it was a joke? They'd have been like, well, it was a joke, but still, I still feel the same.
I think one of them dudes did do that.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he didn't know it was a joke, but he was just, I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
But I am though. But
yeah,
but
he was.
I was wrong.
That's why I was like, that's why I told like my only reply to, I don't know if he replied, but my only reply was like, I said, you have no idea. I was like, you don't even know what you co-sided. Oh my God. You know what? Let you know, here, I just want, I'm gonna play this and I want y'all to go with God on this.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
That's what we gonna do. And then we go.
All right, Ernie.
All right. We got one more.
Talking about today. What are we talking about? Ooh, we do have one.
Yeah, we got one more. We got
that would be wild. We got a 5 from Chi-Town Dan. He's saying, not gonna lie, part of me was low-key looking for that BSCBR article about the breakup. If that's how I ended up on comic book resources, I would lose.
Bruh. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. If they did, you know what they would do?
What?
Well, our sources tell us, and they would try and make it sound like they had some inside baseball on us, and they'd be like, "Yeah, our sources tell us that this has been brewing for months. That our sources tell us that the breakup was actually over more than just this post, but about how Carter felt that Blerd Without Fear wasn't putting enough respect on his name and not giving him his own show to stream live every he was promised a spinoff.
And at some point, you know it, there was some kind of an affair.
There'd be some kind of there would look, there would be an affair. There would be we actually found pictures of we found pictures of Carter secretly coming to Memphis and not telling Ernie about it.
Said, let me go check right now if we got this covered. I already posted an article about this breakup.
Oh my God. Also, I will say this, Sir Yuri G, I'm gonna be honest with you. There are some. I know there are. There are. Well, no, and there were a lot before, because I remember there were so many people that hit me up like, yeah, man, you know, I'm side with Rip on this one. I'm done with Blerd without fear. I was like, okay, all right, bye.
It was Erica. Jasmine, I swear to God, they will show. You will see pictures of me blurred up at a Sonic drive-through with some random white woman. Don't look nothing like Ernie White. But that's her.
They could be like,
fair.
They could be like, see,
this is the catalyst that started the Blerd Cave just disintegrating and exploding.
Wait a minute. You're supposed to say it was Erica Badu.
Oh man.
Little A, sir, you said the same CVR that took credit where Ernie Ernie called out it was Hydra Cap posted. Dude, also, I want to point out the cope. I want to point out the level of cope that people had over that. Because there were so many people, like, when I said it was Hydra Cap, there were so many people telling me I was wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, other fucking YouTube channels saying that I was wrong. And then when it finally was revealed to be true, then that's when everybody want to come out and be like, well, it was obvious.
And some of their ass was just quiet. Some of them were just quiet.
Yeah, some of them were quiet. But once again, this ain't no shade on Rob, but Rob was literally on our show and said he didn't think it was Hydra Cap. He thought it was US Agent. I was like, well, that makes no sense. But I was like, yeah, that's fine. Right. I had a lot of my peers said that it wasn't Hydra Cap, that they thought it was somebody else. And a lot of them had humongous leaps in logic on who it could have possibly have been. But here's the thing. From me, if it was so obvious, why were so many motherfuckers so wrong?
All right, so three things. Three things, and let's just get to brass tacks here.
Yeah.
I just want to see Carter play Street Fighter 6 on Twitch. It is coming. I have been working like a madman recently. Apologies to everybody that I have not uploaded last week's Blerd Cave just because I've been working like a madman. And the one time that I don't work, I'm playing Helldivers for like an hour, and then I'm passing out at like 5 in the evening. It has been weird. So you will get that. You will get that. I promise you will get that. Nobody except me also said that reports say that Blerd, because they don't know your name is Ernie, has been doing shows with other members and leaving Carter the short end of the stick on Saturday morning.
Dude, let me tell you something. That article, that report would be so accurate if for no other reason than it's so incredibly wrong. Like, that is what CBR would say. CBR would be like, yeah. See, that's what it really was. See, Saturdays, that's not the real day. I was like, y'all have no idea how much better the Blerd Cave performs versus like Nerds of Culture. Not saying Nerds that's a knock against my own other show, but it just is what it is. It's facts. I would be a liar if I said that show did better than the Blerd Cave, I would be more worried if it did, because that means I was doing something wrong on Saturday. So, yeah, it is what it is. You got to grow. But anyway, let's get to our first thing. Carter, did you watch Invincible?
I did.
Season 2.
Yes,
actually, I forgot to put the part 2 in there, but yeah, whatever. We'll just roll with it. I don't care. So let's talk about this, man. Man. I know that I am usually pretty lenient when it comes to when studios do stuff like this where they release seasons in parts. But I gotta admit, I kind of didn't like it when they did it this go round, because something about it felt wrong.
That it's only season 2 and this is just the beginning of some shit. Why are you splitting up seasons when we still in the early game?
Right? Like, well, it felt weird to me because, like, okay, let's go just put this out here. The first part, like, man, okay, so this was the real kicker for me. The fact that we literally had the first part of season 2 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, and while it was good, it flew by so fast that I kind of slick forgot about it.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of, I'm not gonna lie, normally when I watch a TV show, and you come back to the, like, oh, it's the new season. I usually skip those recaps. I usually skip them. I'm usually just like, oh yeah, that's whatever. But man, I have never watched a recap harder than this one. And that is, to me, very telling of something. It's very indicative of a problem. Because I literally just reread the entirety of Invincible. So, like, I'm very familiar with the story. There's really nothing they could show me unless they changed something. There's nothing they could show me that I wouldn't, remember. So when I'm watching this episode, I'm just like, man, what the fuck did happen in season 2, part 1? Like, what the fuck did happen? I don't even fucking remember. Like, I remember, like, okay, you know what? Here's the sad part. I think this is, and Carter, you're gonna totally know where I'm coming from with this. Do you know the one thing I actually took away? The one thing I actually took away from that first part of season 2.
What's that?
I remember this more than I remember anything else.
Oh, wow.
Like, I remember this. I remember, the angstrom stuff. I remember that. But I mean, beyond that, I didn't really commit a lot of it to memory. Like, I didn't commit a lot of it to memory. So when, like, they were doing all their stuff, I was just kind of like, I mean, as I was watching the show, it all kind of came back to me, but still I was just kind of like, okay, all right. But, and once again, not trying to say like, the premiere was bad. It was actually a good premiere. I think my main problem with it, though, was that, like, I feel like, they felt they had to do something. They're like, look, we got to start this shit off with a bang. And while I thought it was definitely, it started off with a bang. It definitely was going some places. It was cooking. But man, I kind of felt like, I don't know why. They had, multiple high-profile breakoffs. Multiple high-profile breakoffs. And I was just like, okay, I guess. I don't feel anything for any of this. I mean, I think it's cool. It looks cool. It's fun. But, like, I guess I just didn't have the same reaction everyone else did. Like, everyone else is, like, freaking out. Like, oh, my God, they killed, like, so many people in one episode. And I'm just kind of here like, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe Invincible, I don't know if it lost its luster to me. Or just maybe I just have too much other shit to watch that I'm more interested in.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because at one point, Invincible was really all you had, and it was all a lot of people had. But now that you're getting back into your manga bag, you got Go-Go Loser Ranger you reading. You got Solo Leveling you're watching. You got Ninja Kamui you're watching. You had Blue Eye Samurai you were watching. You had Hell Divers out now. You had other games that you were thinking about playing. You got Nerds of Culture. You got videos you got to edit. You got comics you got to read. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, not only that, I feel like, man, they should just, like, okay, you know what? I know they had to put this shit out early. I feel like maybe this episode would have hit harder if they just would have put it out with everything else. Like, I'm not saying that, like, they should have just pushed ahead on this part, but I think what they should have done is they should have just waited. Like, the reason why we didn't get season 2, why the season was split, because they weren't finished. They weren't finished. And I think what they should have done, they should have just waited until the whole thing was done.
And then just drop everything at one time?
Yeah,
absolutely. I agree with that.
Or even if you want to do the week to week, but just don't make me have to, don't put it out in 2023, or the tail end of 2023, and then make me wait a few months to get to the other part of it. Because I'm sorry, that to me is a kiss of death for a lot of shows, because that means, oh, let me go back and rewatch, or let me watch a recap or some shit. And then at that point, I'm kind of like, I don't feel like doing that. I got too much other shit going on. And then I'm just kind of watching, and I'm just like, all right, okay, you know. And that's no. And let me. And a lot of y'all are echoing it. In the chat. Yeah. When you stagger the release of something like this, it affects how people perceive it. And once again, I take full onus for my perception of it. I'm not saying, because I want to make sure I'm very clear on this. I'm not saying Invincible season 2 part 2 premiere was bad. It's not. It's not that it's bad. It's good. It's actually legitimately good. But I just, man, it's gonna take a minute for me to like really get back into the swing of Invincible, just because I'm just like, man, I do wish they would have waited. I do wish they would have waited. It would have sucked, and their shareholders probably would have been mad. Stock prices would have taken a hit. But I just, man, dude, they should have waited. Like, honestly, what they showed us this week should have been the premiere of season 2 part 1. And then we just keep going straight into it. Like, imagine if The Boys did that shit. All right, here's the first half of season, they're on season 4 or 5 now? Yeah. Or is it 4? I think season 4 is the one that's coming up.
Here's the thing with what you literally just said.
Yeah.
Season 4, season 5. You would be annoyed, but okay, fine.
Yeah.
This is season 2 of Invincible.
Right.
This is season 2. And this is still early game. We're still early in the comics here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about what's happening later on. And somebody just said something in the chat that I'm not gonna say that. But I think that's why. So we haven't really just gotten into the nitty-gritty stuff just yet. So I'm with you 100%, and it's too early to be doing these part 1, part 2s of fucking TV shows. Just get it done. People would have waited. People wouldn't have had a problem waiting if they knew they could get these episodes every week.
Yeah.
X-Men 97. Look how long them people been waiting for that. So I think you could have very easily finished Invincible off and then just dropped it at one time. Come on, man.
Yeah. No, and I want also, because Elite X1 just also said something that was very telling. At least in the case of The Boys, they dropped Gen V as a buffer for the next season of The Boys, which I will give Amazon some credit. They did do that with Invincible. Unfortunately, it was only like it was just a one-shot episode about Adam Eve. If they would have done like a whole season where it was like, hey, let's do one, because they did this with the comics. They did the one about Adam Eve, the one about Rexplo. So like they had like different little like one-off little mini stories that I think were either in the back of an issue or whatever. Do some shit like that. Like they could, like, honestly, if they really just wanted to tide fans over, they could have legit just made, hey, y'all like that Invincible Adam Eve? Well, how about here's a Invincible Duplicate. Here's an Invincible Rexplode. Here's an Invincible Monster Girl. You could have done all of that.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, the Invincible comic wasn't just a singular thing. You had other books that they had done. You had the Invincible universe and other things like that. So yeah, you could have very easily, not a spin-off, but kind of what you just said, but like the Adam Eve stuff. The first thing that popped into my head was how the Ninja Turtles comics does those micro series.
Yeah, they had the micro in them. They had a micro and a macro.
Yeah, so I think you could have done that to tide people over, just a real quick boom, just to keep people's beaks wet until the season finished or something like that, as opposed to all this stuff that has come out now to where people's attention can be on something else. to where no one's really people are still going to care about Invincible because it's Invincible, but there is so much other new stuff that is good stuff that is out right now.
It's too much.
Yeah,
it's honestly it's bad timing. It's actually bad timing all the way across the board. Because like honestly, right now, everyone is fighting for my attention. Every TV show that I love is fighting for my attention. Every movie I love is fighting for my attention. What was it? Because I just remembered a couple of weeks ago, Abbott Elementary was back. So I was going back and trying to like catch up on Abbott Elementary. I was watching because I never went to the theaters to go see Thanksgiving. But it's on Netflix, I think, right now. So, or is it like Netflix or Amazon Prime? Well, I actually know it's Netflix. And I was like, oh, that's how I need to watch that. And then there's like all these, and like I'm watching that, like The Handmaid's Tale for the first time now. There's once again, you said earlier, I'm watching Solo Leveling. I'm watching
Ninja Kamui.
Yeah, Ninja Kamui, dude. Yeah, there's all these things. There are all these things like they're literally fighting for my affections right now. So yeah, and that's just some of the stuff. That's just some of the things that I watch.
And I see, and now I feel like it's going to get to a point where, even though, because I think Robert Kirkman tweeted out that it was number one on Prime right now since it's come back, and that's great. It needs to be, but I think for a lot of other people, with everything else that is out right now that is really good, and we can just step away from just animated stuff, live action stuff or just TV show period, like you just brought up Abbott Elementary. With there being so much stuff out here right now to where we have other things to do and other things to watch, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people just wait for Invincible's entire season to finish up and then go to it.
Yeah. Oh no. And you know, once again, there is stuff that I'm watching. There's stuff I'm rewatching. There's stuff I'm reading. Dude, it is. Oh my God! It is like. I always make fun, and you know she won't care because I do this to her face, so I don't want anyone to think I'm talking shit about my wife on Maine that she don't know about.
I need everybody to keep in mind that when he said that, he looked right at that goddamn door to see if she heard it. Y'all can't see it on Spotify, but when he made that comment, that motherfucker looked left so quick. Make sure she wasn't right there to hear it.
It's like, I mean, he ain't wrong.
That are watching this right now, did y'all catch that? He did that quick.
Well, no. So I always roast my wife because, like, whenever we talk about what we want to have for dinner, it becomes this like war of attrition. I have to wear her down to get her to decide what she wants because she's so indecisive. And she usually always wants me to pick, but I hate always being the one to pick, especially because sometimes when I pick, even though she don't know what the fuck she wants, she will be like, no, I don't want that when I make a suggestion. So I'm just like, so we go through like 5 or 10 of those before we finally decide on something. And I like, it's hilarious. It's like, it's all in fun, but still. Now, that's how I am with what I want to watch. I'm that way because like there's so many things that I want to watch, and I want to watch all of them, but I don't have time. And right now, I mean, really, Invincible's fighting. Invincible is fighting a war right now to get watched. I mean, there's only the one episode, and I have watched it. But yeah, I without going to, because I don't want to spend much more time on it than what we have, because we have other stuff to talk about. But like, I just wanted to say, yeah, was it good? It was good. It was fun. It was a good first episode, good first outing. There's a lot of action in it. The stuff that was going on, with the Guardians. Some of the underlying stuff with what's face Monster Girl, that stuff that's been kind of hinted at and teased at for a while now, but like we're just kind of really seeing get addressed on a bigger level to kind of let you know what's coming up next. The stuff with like I said earlier, the stuff with like Rexplode, Duplicate, that shit was gnarly. It was, like I said, it was crazy. It was fucking crazy. But like, yeah. Carter, what you? I don't want to even go into spoilers on it, but like, just what'd you think? What'd you think about all this?
No, because there's somebody in the chat that's trying to make something out to be something that it's not, and it's irritating the hell out of me. But from watching that episode, okay, now I am going to get flack for this. I'm truly going to get flack for this because Breaking Bad is coming to mind.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
what I mean by that is,
Are we talking about Amber?
no.
Okay, gotcha.
Just the episode as a whole. The final season of Breaking Bad, when they went on their break from part 1, and you had Hank sitting on the toilet. He just realized Walt is Heisenberg. Oh my God. We wait that year because I was watching it like everybody else was.
Yep.
You got to wait that year for it to come back. And it's like, okay, what's going to go down? Hank confronts Walt. They're going back and forth. They put it all on the table. And then Walt threatens Hank, tread lightly. And you just like, whoa. Okay, this is going to be nuts the rest of the season.
Mm.
This goes on a break. The Viltrumites, they're fighting Omni-Man. They're fighting Nolan. They're fighting Invincible. All right, they leave. We get this episode yesterday or earlier this week.
Yeah.
I don't have that same like, whoo, this would be wild. I don't. This was something the way this is, and maybe this is wrong of me to think, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for it because that was Breaking Bad, but this, I just felt like it was fine, but not something to where. Not something to where, oh man, the rest of the season has got to be nuts after that. I didn't get that from watching this episode. Yeah, Rex finally got worked, which I was happy to see because Rex gets on my freaking nerves from the TV show to the comic.
Yeah.
Rex is an absolute headache. But like seeing the Guardians basically just getting worked the way they did, and then we have the stuff with everything with other characters, with Invincible's mom and Cecil and all that stuff. It just seemed like a regular episode.
Yeah, it didn't feel like okay, I'll give you that. It didn't really feel like I'll tell you what, no, it felt like premium material by the time you got to the fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it felt like a premiere. That's when it felt like a premiere. And yes, I saw Jerome ask, do you and your wife watch all your shows together? Some of them, not all of them. We watch some shows together, not everything, because if we did, we would never watch anything. Because our schedules are very different, and also a lot of the stuff we watch is typically pretty adult, and we don't really, while we watch some movies in front of our daughter, we don't watch everything in front of her. Like, it kind of, we kind of pick and choose. We kind of pick and choose sometimes. Like, case in point, my daughter, who is 8, she has seen stuff like Scream 6 and Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah.
But, like, she's not seen Terrifier, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen we like anything that has like a lot of gratuitous sex in it, we don't watch around her. But like violence, we don't really care about because she gets it.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I can't. I'm finna have
what's up?
moments like on your nerds culture. Okay.
All
right.
What happened? Wait, what happened?
Hold on.
What happened?
Let me scroll up. We basically had somebody in the chat saying that Rexplode didn't deserve that Negan treatment. Did Robert Kirkman get done dirty by some Mexican or Indian girl for him? Like, why does every brown person have to get treated the way that Rexplode is getting treated? He did not deserve that. Please sit your ass down.
I was about to say
sit down. Please. Sit down over there somewhere. Not around me, not around Ernie. Over there. Sit down.
I mean,
stop trying really hard in this chat to make something what it isn't. Stop.
Yeah, because it's not. That's not what it was. Like, it was that way in the comic.
Your pearls for no fucking reason. Go over there. Go over there.
He said, go over there.
If you are a fan of the character, that's fine. But when you're trying to make something be something that it's not, over there, please. Over there. What is wrong with people?
My God.
You got Negan from that?
Bruh. Nah.
Did we all watch the same? Elite, Sir Yuri, T-1000, Christopher Zeta, Irv, Sweet, Jasmine, Zeke, Mr. January 16th, nobody except me, Bird, Nutter, Anarchy Hamster, Jerome. Did we all watch the same episode of Invincible? Did we all see Negan shit?
I mean, everybody got worked. Everybody got worked.
Wait. Cap, Hulk, Spider-Woman, Manifold, Shang-Chi. Did y'all see? Did y'all see Negan?
I mean, look, here's the thing.
Hold on, Ernie.
Wait.
Kieran Gillen, Dan Mora, big fellas. Did y'all see? Did y'all see Negan?
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing with that, and I'm gonna echo what Elite X1 said. Just trust me. If that wreck shit bothered you, you ain't seen shit yet. You ain't seen a goddamn thing. But I do want to go back a little bit because we got some super chats that I want to address. We got one here from Go Constra's baby's father. Actually, this was a little far back, so I can't show it. It says outcast of the outcast of nerds blerds quit YouTube and focus on his flute album.
Oh, shit. Jasmine, she said, hey, don't do that. I didn't watch the episode. Jasmine said, I didn't watch the episode, and I've never watched The Walking Dead. Don't ruin my joke. Everybody else is laughing. Why you had to ruin my joke? I don't even know you, Jasmine. I appreciate you being in here. Don't ruin my joke. It was a good joke.
No, let her ruin it.
Joke.
Let her ruin it. I thought it was funny.
There you go, Mr. January. To the left, over there.
Yeah.
Not even T-H-E-R-E. No, D-E-R-E.
Durr.
Your ass over there. Over there.
Oh, so wait, Go Constra's baby father said this one. I think. Wait, can I show? Yeah, this one I can show. This one I actually can show. This is what TD Jake's talking about being swallowed up in this episode. I'm done with y'all. I'm done with y'all. Oh, I'm so fucking done with y'all. I'm done with y'all. Okay, look, let's keep it moving. Like you said, we both enjoyed it, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
the truth.
That was a regular episode of Invincible. If that's how you come back from your break, that's kind of nasty work. That is nasty.
Yeah. Oh no, 100%.
It was good, but
yeah, it wasn't top. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, it wasn't the best. It wasn't their best.
Yeah. It was still solid, but not. You ain't got to reach like that dude in the chat reached. You should have been in the dunk contest this year for as hard as you was just reaching. You could probably, you might be able to very well dunk from the free throw line with that reach you just tried. What the hell?
So, man, you know what? Was it just last week we were talking about the Crow remake?
Yeah. Because you got so butthurt because the guy who did Ghost in the Shell that had quite possibly the coolest looking Caucasian Asian in cinema and Scarlett Johansson in it, you got mad because the dude who did that film was doing this one, and fast forward, the trailer out now.
Oh yeah, like that trailer came out quick. I feel like that trailer got rushed. I feel like we weren't supposed to see that trailer for a little bit longer because they were like, "Oh no, I'm gonna tell you what that trailer said to me. Like, we're not gonna show the trailer. It's one of those. If you want to see it, it's out there. It's not hidden or anything. Maybe I'll post it in the chat, or Carter, if you would like to pull that up and post it in the chat. But I was gonna say it's It dropped.
Yeah.
And that trailer, you know, how the kids say, oh, this is giving. Well, I'm going to say that. This is giving, all right, let's shut these haters up. But I don't think it worked out quite the way they were hoping. Like, yeah, this was, hey.
I might disagree with you a little bit.
Okay, all right.
I think it might have.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I think what I think.
Okay.
Because I said this on Twitter. In motion, it looks a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I say this all the time. When you look at a still image of something that is supposed to be in motion, you're always going to have a different take on it than what you would if you actually saw the thing actually, like, how the director wants you to see it. That's why, like, I always tell people when folks say, oh, man, that Wolverine Deadpool fight from Deadpool and Wolverine looks mid as fuck. It's like, because you're looking at a set photo. You're not looking, or like even when they released the video footage of the fight happening, like when they're going through the moves, everyone's like, oh man, this looks slow. This looks terrible. And it's like, well, that's because they never go 100%, full speed every time they shoot a scene.
Yeah.
They go slow so they can speed it up. And that way they can kind of manipulate the footage so that way they get the desired effect that they want. That said, one thing I will say about this, I don't even really care so much anymore about how the Crow looks. Because like we get some pretty decent looks like at him in the trailer. Like they make sure we see that motherfucker. But I'm gonna tell you why I have a problem with it. But yeah, it's like the issue isn't him. It's not how he looks. It's not the costume. It's not the hair. It's not the tattoos. Even though that weird one right around his nipple is still freaky.
Everybody is bringing that shit up ever since you the one who told me about the nipplage. I don't like that everybody is talking about it now.
It's Nipplegate. It's the new Nipplegate. But no, here's the thing. And I said this last week.
Yeah.
When this movie comes out, he's not going to be the problem. Like, if anything, Bill Skarsgård is probably going to be the best thing in this.
Yeah.
But here's what I will say. That I feel bears saying. Where I think this movie is going to fall apart, and it seems pretty obvious it's going to fall apart in this, is remember when we talked about how they were going to focus on the love story of this more than any previous Crow movie?
Mm-hmm.
We see a lot of him not as the Crow in this trailer. Now, it's not to say there aren't more scenes of him as the Crow, but there are a lot of scenes in that trailer where he is, he's the Crow, but he doesn't have the look. He just looks like, where is it? I'm trying to see if I actually still have, if I still have any of the stuff that we took from the previous week. But yeah, here. So all the stuff where, he's just like hanging out. He's just hanging out with his girl. Just being a juggalo or some shit. We see a lot of him just looking like that in the trailer. Like, we see a lot of him just looking like a juggalo in the trailer. That's what we see. Like, we see some parts of him where he's like in full Crow regalia, but those scenes are very few and far between. Now, one or two things could be happening here. For one, it's just a trailer. It's not indicative of the whole movie. Yeah, but if you go back and look at a lot of that footage we saw in that trailer, a lot of it is just him looking like this. It's not him looking like that when he's killing some of the people that he's killing in the trailer. Like, we see the part where, like, clearly he just came back where dude blows his whole, front part out with the shotgun. That part, he's regular man looking, but he is still the Crow at that point. The part where he rolls up on old boy and dude's like, I killed you. He's like, yep. And blow. And like,
when he got out the tub and had that big hole in his chest, looking just like Yellow Wolf rising from the ashes. So, that kind of stuff, like, that's what made, to me, like when you said that we got to drop the trailer now to shut people up. I feel like a lot of those fight scenes that were in the trailer, I think, did that because the fact of him being dead means they can do certain things, and they did in these trailers. Yellow Wolf was getting shot the fuck up, and he was shooting himself the fuck up to shoot the person. And I'll tell you what was funny about that. There's a part in the trailer where he shoots himself to shoot the dude. I saw Live Free and Die Hard. I know you stole that from John McClane, Yellow Wolf. I saw it.
Well, no, I kind of want to show everybody what you're talking about too, because, like I said, I didn't hate the trailer, like, because there was some people who kind of came at me thinking that like I was, trying to say, oh, it's gonna be fire. I just said no. I think it's gonna be a lot better than I think people are going to be willing to give credit for. Here, I actually want to play one quick little scene of it. We're not going to play it with sound, but here, let's just do that. And here, but like right here, this part right here where he's just like eating bullets. I thought that was cool. I thought that was really cool. This part right here where like, dude kind of pulls up on him and, all of a sudden out of nowhere, he just grabs, he's going for the gun. And like all this stuff, like right here, see like all those scenes, that's what I'm talking about. Like there's a lot of scenes with him not being the Crow. Like this part right here, it seems like he doesn't become the Crow till the end of the movie. Like that scene that they showed looked like it was very indicative of the final fight of the movie, if that makes any sense.
This is Night of the Living Dead 3. Mike, you are a degenerate.
Actually, you know what? Okay, so it's funny you said that. It is so funny that you said that specifically. Cause wait. Not even so much Night of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead. That's basically what it reminds me of. Return of the Living Dead Part 3 is what it reminds me of. Or maybe it was Night of the Living Dead. Whichever one was the one where the girl was on the motorcycle with the boyfriend and whatever, and she came back to life. I can't remember if it was Return or Night, because Return never takes itself too terribly seriously. But yeah, Daddy Kaiju said Boy Kills World looks better plus voiceover is the same. Yeah, because that's H. John Benjamin. H. John Benjamin from Bob's Burgers. Yeah, that's why. But I'm going to tell you right now, even that movie looks silly to me. I want to see it, but Boy Kills the World looks silly to me. I'm just going to tell you that right now, but I still want to see it. I think this movie is good. Like, okay, here is the greatest sin this movie is going to commit. It's going to be just okay. That's the sin this movie is going to commit.
So after what you said about old boy doing Ghost in the Shell, you're giving it some. I'm gonna give you a little bit. I'm not gonna. I'm like I said, I'm not gonna not see it. And like I said, I think it is actually going to wind. I think it's gonna wind up being like, is it gonna be better than Brandon Lee as a Crow? No, I don't think so. Because that movie is just such lightning in a bottle. If it was better, I would say it. I'd be entirely surprised by that. But like, I don't know. What I see here doesn't make me think like, oh my God, this is going to be the best thing ever. But I'm also not one of those crusty motherfuckers that is, carrying, the flag for Brandon Lee over this. Like, I'm not going to, because I feel like a lot of those people just acted as if they didn't make 3 other Crow sequels plus a TV show. It's a comic book movie, Carter. You're obligated. Boy, you don't know how wrong you are.
I mean, I've given Carter get out of jail free cards.
Yes, he has. But with this one, I'll tell you, watching the trailer, him getting shot and just tanking him like he just took like a med kit and got them early seconds of invincibility real quick and just kept walking up the stairs.
His overshield came back.
Yeah. Him getting stabbed with the sword and he's still swinging, him shooting himself and stuff like that. The fact that they're not shying away from it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that there are more scenes like it. So I don't have a problem seeing this one. I'm not obligated to see it. I'll spend some money. I'll treat this just like I treated Black Adam. I walked in there, bought 3 frozen margaritas, poured some bunch of crunch into my kettle corn, and vibed. That's what I did for Black Adam.
I mean, that's what you got to do sometimes.
I can most certainly do that for the Crow.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Like I said, I'm not carrying the torch for this movie. This one or the original. I personally just kind of feel like, it's gonna be a thing. You know, no reason to think it won't. But here we got some super chats here. I want to make sure I catch before we don't. They said, but even the still of Brandon are timeless. Okay, well, let's be real. First off, I'll address it in just a sec. That movie can't touch the original, in my opinion. Here's the thing. There's nothing. I think we need to reevaluate why people make remakes. And I think sometimes we have to recognize that while, yes, some movies and TV shows and comics and books, whatever, are timeless, sometimes we have to remember that when people make remakes, it's not necessarily because they're trying to make people forget about the old one. I mean, yeah, in some cases that is true. Mm-hmm. But by and large nowadays, people remake movies because, well, yes, some of those movies, those originals are timeless. They're not always as timeless as we want to think they are. There are people who come along after and be like, oh, I don't want to watch an old movie. Like, there are some people who I've met who, while I think The Crow is an amazing movie, they don't. Because they didn't see it when it originally came out. They saw it after the fact. So, well, whereas to me, I think it's amazing. They may think it's just okay. You know, because maybe they're judging it with the lens of today as opposed to the lens of then. Which, I mean, that's fair. I mean, I don't expect everyone to be able to look at things that way. But yeah, every now and again, sometimes, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago when I talked about why people make live action remakes. Like Disney specifically makes live action remakes. They make it because, I'm going to be honest with you, my kid, she doesn't like watching a lot of those old cartoons. I mean, some of them, yeah. Like, but if she has a choice, sometimes she prefers the live action. And then there's a lot of other cases where she actually doesn't care which one she watches. Because as far as she's concerned, she's just getting to watch more of what she loves. Like, I know there's lots of people who have a preference over live action Lion King versus animated Lion King. But I'm going to tell you something. My daughter does not care. She just likes Lion King. She don't care whether it's the Lion King 1 or the Lion King 1/2 or the ugly ass direct to DVD Lion Kings they put out. She loves all that shit. She watched, what was it? The Lion Guard, the live action Lion King. That's just what she likes. And I think, like, yeah, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. And that's what this is. This is them catering to that type of an audience, trying to bring in new, fresh pairs of eyes. Because here's what's going to happen. Yeah, they want you to go see their movie, but they also know what's going to happen. You're going to go back and they're going to re-release that Crow original on Blu-ray. Somebody going to go buy it. And it just keeps the money flowing in. It's like the infinite money glitch. It's basically what it is. It's infinite. Doing stuff like this is infinite money glitch every fucking time.
So 2 things. One.
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot.
You got Blerd Radio, not to heart, but I didn't feel like I could beat up on the Brandon Lee Crow. Take away the invincibility, and I think I could take this Crow to the cleaners. I think that's just your arrogance because of your dreadlocks. That's what I think that is.
Well, I was gonna say we also got to remember
because you got them dreadlock powers. I think you could just hang with anybody because you got them dreads. I guarantee you, if you got a fade, Yellow Wolf will wash you quickly. And then there's another comment here. There's something I want to ask you because.
Well, hey, can we answer some super chats first?
Yeah.
Because I lost a couple. Because I wanted to get to it, but the chat moved everything up. But I have them. It's just that I can't show them.
Yeah,
that was more that was more my go to there. But no, we got one here from Ed Boy in the Cut.
Hey.
It says, long time no see, boys. How y'all been? Family good and all. Just showing some love. Also, Immortal Thor, though. Atum coming for that ass. Yeah, hey, we got a video coming out about it real soon. Because I told people, he's going to show up. And guess what? He's going to show up a lot sooner than a lot of people thought. And then okay, now we're caught up. It was just the one, but the rest of them were going away. I want to get Gearless Mo real quick too, because his kind of slick disappeared as well. It's only still up because I caught it before it went into the nether room. Yep. But Gearless Mo says with the 1999 super chat says, so the Crow Cross Twilight crossover we never asked for. It kind of feels that way, I'm not gonna lie, and really only because of the love story aspect. Really because of the love story aspect.
Now, here's what I'll ask you.
Go ahead, shoot.
I feel like this is a good question in the chat. I've only seen The Crow once in theaters when it came out.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain you've seen it after that.
Oh, I saw it in theaters. I owned it on VHS. I've owned it on DVD. I own it on Blu-ray. I own it a lot of different ways.
That's one of the ones I think if I have seen it a second time, it was because it was a Blockbuster rental, but I can't remember it. But this question in the chat saying, I've never seen the OG, but was it great? Or was it just the appeal of, oh, that's Bruce Lee's son?
Okay, so that I feel is kind of dismissive to what the actual movie is. Because while yes, Brandon Lee is Bruce Lee's son, it's not like he's doing martial arts moves or anything the whole movie. Like, he's largely being even as the Crow, he's not like, whoa, he's not doing any shit like that. He's not doing his daddy's stuff. He's just being an action hero. Because here's the thing, he was doing action stuff even before the Crow. Yep. It wasn't like the Crow was his first movie. I would direct you to Rapid Fire or Showdown in Little Tokyo. Which are both great movies, in and of themselves. But all of that aside, the movie is actually legitimately good. I do feel it even actually improves on the source material of The Crow. Because, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Have you ever read the comic, The Crow, Carter?
Funny enough, it was a Scholastic book fair that was ages ago.
Oh my God.
Right.
Man. Well, I'll just put it like this. The Crow is one of those comics that it's a beautiful comic. Take nothing away from it. It's a beautiful fucking comic. But that said, it is very much a product of its time. It's not a deep narrative. It was literally just James O'Barr working through his grief of losing his real life girlfriend and fiance. That's what it was. Even to the point that the final person he takes down wasn't Top Dollar, because Top Dollar wasn't even the main guy. It was T-Bird. T-Bird was the main guy, and he was the guy with the car. And because James O'Barr's wife died of a drunk driver hitting her, that is why the last and final person he takes out is T-Bird. That's why T-Bird is propped up as the leader, as opposed to being like the guy who leads the gang but is working for a larger entity. And honestly, the book just kind of ends. Like, it just kind of ends. It's like, all right, cool. Well, I'm out.
I will say some of the comments that I saw about the film, about that trailer, were pretty funny. Because one comment said that this looks like it's gonna be the Crow with the dragon tattoo.
Oh my God. the Crow with the crow tattoo.
And then I can't remember whose video that was. Oh my God. It was one of the like movie reviewer guys, but he said that after
it wasn't Chris Stuckman, was it?
No. It wasn't him.
He's lost his credibility.
He looks just like the Dante from the Devil May Cry remake, and I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it no more.
Well, he actually kind of slick does. He actually does.
He pulled up the trailer for it, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, let me tell you something. It's a little wild. But yeah, all in all that Tanae is saying, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm not. Let's move on to our next thing. We got other shit going on. X-Men 97's director has been fired. No, I think as of this present time, no reasons have actually been given as to why. Bo DeMaio, or Bo DeMaio, has been fired from X-Men 97. It is kind of interesting. Oh, so Jazz says Stuckman has lost credibility. Okay, yeah, I got to address this real quick just because this is funny. You'll love this. So, here's what happened. I see. Nobody except me. Nobody except me and Jasmine both are asking this question. Adrian does say, poor Chris Stuckman. So here's what happened. So when Madam Web came out, Chris Stuckman did a review for it. And in the review, he basically kind of hemmed and hawed because, you know, he is a movie director now as well. And he's, I think, friendly with the person who directed the movie as well as like other people who worked on it. So basically he copped out and basically said that he didn't feel the negative attention the movie was getting was fair. And that he felt like, you know, people were just blowing it out of proportion and acting like he didn't feel comfortable reviewing the movie. I was like, dude, that's your fucking job. Like, you literally made being a movie reviewer your fucking job. Get over yourself. But anyway,
did he stop doing the reviews though? I remember somebody said that he's gonna stop doing those because he does films now.
He doesn't want to burn any bridges. That's what it is. Okay. He's one of those people who thinks like, oh, he's scared to burn a bridge. And honestly, I think that's actually probably more indicative of why he's not doing it anymore as opposed to... Well, and also, I imagine if he wants to make more movies, he's going to spend more time doing that anyway. But like, and I would imagine just going to go see movies, doing reviews would probably be more time that he'd want to commit to anything. Though I imagine for him, likely having editors, it wouldn't matter. But yeah.
You want to read the super chat real quick before you start with...
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. I got Daryl with $10 says, I just watched and read The Crow. Crow was a gothic revenge story about cruelty and randomness of the world. There are other themes as well, but it's about the grief and the anger. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It was James O'Barr channeling his grief. That's what it is. It's him channeling his grief. I mean, but at the end of the day, a revenge story, and as a person who loves revenge stories, I also recognize that revenge stories tend to have paper-thin narratives. It's the very same thing I was talking about when I was applauding the anime Ninja Kamui, which is a revenge story. It does not have the deepest plot. Just is what it is. The comic is great. The movies are great. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's like Citizen Kane or anything like that. Anyway, moving on. Getting back to the showrunner. Okay, so what happened here is he was fired. Now, as we know, X-Men 97 premieres this coming Wednesday on Disney Plus. We'll be seeing it there, and it looks like it's gonna be pretty goddamn wild. I'm looking forward to it. They showed some recent there's another trailer that just popped up today. I'm not gonna play it because what happened last time. But I gotta admit, y'all, I saw some pretty cool stuff in a lot of these in these trailers. So I mean, I'm excited for it, and apparently Disney was excited about it too because Disney had already greenlit season 2. Season 2 got greenlit, I think, months ago, maybe even almost a year ago. And apparently Bo DeMaio was already working on developing season 3, and then suddenly he was just randomly fired. Seemingly out of nowhere. And there's been a lot of discourse around it. There's been a lot of people saying, oh, he got fired because he got the OnlyFans out here. He out here putting the pecs on OnlyFans. And well, I'm gonna go say right now, I don't think that's the case. Well, I'm not gonna show like the full, well, mostly just because like I just don't want to. I didn't want to go through the trouble of looking at somebody's OnlyFans to get pictures. But the point is, the OnlyFans content he was putting out wasn't even like...
I heard it was non-explicit.
Yeah, it was not. No, it was not. You know what it was? It was literally just him with his shirt off. And I'll be honest with you, he's a pretty, like, you can even tell just from like this image right here, and some of like the images where you see him like at like premieres from Moon Knight and so on and so forth. He's a pretty jacked guy. You could just tell. And yeah, it's just him with a shirt off. That's it. No more, no less. You know what it is? It's what they call in the industry lewds, and it's not even lewds. I wouldn't even go as far as call it lewds. But I guess it's like the male equivalent. Like you go, like you see like a woman that has like an OnlyFans account, and it'll say, instead of saying nudes, it'll say lewds. It's because they're not nude. They're just doing like either implied nudity or just wearing like scantily, revealing clothes.
It's like Memphis strip clubs. For just a fun fact of you all that don't know this about Memphis strip clubs, the women are not supposed to or allowed to get naked.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Okay.
They used to.
Yeah, they used to where you couldn't call them strip clubs. They were gentlemen's clubs.
Yep.
So it was kind of that. And another thing is just when people saw OnlyFans, everybody immediately said, "Oh, he's on that porn site." Let me correct some of you people. OnlyFans OnlyFans is not a porn site.
No.
Porn people use it just like porn people use YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and all that shit. That doesn't mean it's a porn site. They just you know what I'm saying? They just use that site to get bags. So I saw so many people saying that. I saw so many people saying that he must be getting just backshotted all over OnlyFans, and that's why they fired him. I'm pretty sure they would have found that out before he started doing the show and then spoke on it. So stop talking. I saw another thing where they said because there's a person that's saying that shit in the chat right now. If he got fired just that quick, it must have been something with kids. How the fuck do you know that?
Okay, first, that's okay. All right, I want to dispel a lot of that because let's be honest here. A lot of the discourse around this, a lot of people are forgetting the fact this is a whole person of color and a member of the LGBTQIA plus community. He is a self-proclaimed homosexual man.
Okay.
There's a lot of implications when you make that accusation that it had to be something to do with kids. And I don't want anyone spreading that narrative because for one, it would be an allegation at best. Yeah. And at two, we don't know.
Yeah, no, that was my whole point. You don't know why the fuck, because no one's saying anything. And then one group saying he wasn't fired. They just parted ways. And then you got another, like, where are y'all pulling all this bullshit from? Y'all reaching as hard as the dude that was trying to make what happened to Rexplode racist. Like,
look, here's the thing.
You know anything?
No.
Period. You know how y'all don't know? Because we don't know. Nobody fucking knows because nobody's putting that news out. It's just a bunch of different websites in order to get you to click their websites, saying shit to make you click their websites. What are y'all talking about?
Like what Nuck just said. The facts are, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. Okay? We don't know. We don't know. I mean, there are a lot of people that are digging into his past and saying that, oh, well, I heard rumors he was, supposedly a terrible person to work with. That, he's sexually harassed people, people or whatever, that he's done this, so on and so forth. We don't know. And honestly, I'm not going to just, I mean, okay, look, let's be real. If he turned out to be trash, I'd be the first one to point it out.
Yeah.
Just put that out there. If he turned out to be trash, I would be the first person to say something about it.
You know what I don't like? You know what's crazy?
Mm-hmm.
I saw that he was a very difficult person to work with.
I saw that too. Yeah.
He was always like that because he was a very difficult person to work with when he was working on the Witcher TV series. Here's the thing. Number one, I never knew he worked on the Witcher TV series.
He worked on the animated one.
Okay, so that's number one. Number two, I don't remember any of that being brought up when that show was doing its thing. It only got brought up now because he got the boot from X-Men. Where was all this information prior to that?
Now, I also saw there were a lot of people who said that the reason why he got fired was because of his anti-blackness comments on Twitter, which I'm going to be real with you. I actually think that's the least likely outcome because, well, for one, we all know Disney don't give a fuck about that. Let's just go ahead and keep it real. Let's go ahead and keep it real. Disney don't give a good goddamn about that. No, I don't know if you heard about this, Carter, but Bo apparently went in on people on Twitter who were clowning the casting of Sunspot's voice actor. Which I don't know if you are familiar with what's going on there with that.
No, the only thing I've seen is people were pissed because he didn't like Emma Frost, and that he apparently said that the Krakoa era of the X-Men were too nationalists. And I tried to find that because if everybody's been saying different things about this, and I've been trying to find everything that I could to try to find out something instead of just puking out shit that I don't know is true. And it looks like all of these were tweets, and it was tweets that were deleted. So
the tweets were ultimately the tweets were deleted. So here's the thing. So for those who aren't aware, Sunspot is going to be on the show. And people got mad because the voice actor who was chosen to portray Sunspot, he is Brazilian, which, okay, fine. But I think where people took issue was that he wasn't an Afro-Latino Brazilian man. I think was the issue. He is he one of the the other Brazilians you see. He's a white Brazilian man, or just not as traditionally brown as some other Brazilians may be. So a lot of people got mad about that, and he got mad that they got mad. And I didn't see the exact discourse, and honestly, when I heard it was going on, I just tuned the fuck out. But I get why people were upset that they didn't get an Afro-Latino person to play Sunspot. I totally get that, because they never get an Afro-Latino person to play Sunspot. It pretty much never really ever happens. But what I found disturbing, though, is that people thought that was why Disney shit canned him. And it's honestly, I don't think it had, like I said, you saw how long it took them to fire Gina Carano from The Mandalorian. All the dumbass, problematic, anti-Black Lives Matter shit she said. All the anti-vax and COVID conspiracy theory stuff she said, and they didn't fire her ass. Like, that shit went on for months, almost a year, and they didn't say anything. And y'all think they fired this dude that no one knew existed until literally just a week ago. Y'all think Disney fired this motherfucker because he said something that was perceived as anti-Black? Nah, the math ain't mathin'. The math ain't mathin'. I get it. I totally get it. I understand why people are upset about the Sunspot part of it. But at the end of the day, y'all ought to just be happy the Sunspot is brown in this fucking show. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. Y'all ought to, matter of fact, just be happy that motherfucker got included at all. Because I'm going to be honest with you.
Somebody gonna clip that. Somebody gonna clip that. Somebody gonna get your ass.
They can do it. And you know what? But if you're going to clip it with the rest of it. Clip it with the rest of it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it is what it is. I can't make myself be angry about every little thing. I mean, I already have enough shit to be angry about that I'm going to talk about here in a minute. I can't be mad the whole show. Like, I feel like this is gonna be one of those things that as we go along, we will eventually discover. Maybe it'd be maybe a year from now, he might come out and say his piece about it. Or maybe later on, somebody else close to the situation will say their piece about it. But honestly, right now, nobody fucking knows. I'm not gonna pretend I know. So there it is.
Project J in the chat is just saying, in news, this is what's referred to as a developing story. I don't think this is, but I disagree that. I don't think this is going to be a developing story simply because what came out, it would not surprise me. What came out is all that's coming out. Why? Because now internet's run with it. So now they don't have to give any other fucking reasons because
no, and they probably never will.
Yeah, so
they probably never will.
People already have their own reasons. We got weirdos in the chat making up their own goddamn reasons. So it's like they don't have to say anything else now because it's just out there. So you're gonna think what you want. How many times have we seen it to where like stuff will come out about a certain comic and a certain writer? He didn't read this source material, but then in actuality, he did read the source material. That's why he did XYZ in this book. But then you fast forward a couple years, and there are still people of the belief that, but he did that book and he didn't even know the source material of that. They've been told shit too much, so now they're just believing this. So
let me tell you something. I'm gonna share an anecdote.
Okay.
The other day, because I was actually wanting to see like if I wanted to see if the current Ninja Turtles writer Sophie Campbell, if she did interviews. And I actually looked, I found some. So I watched a couple just to see like, what she's like. And I saw so many people making videos about how Sophie Campbell doesn't know anything about the Ninja Turtles. She doesn't know anything about the lore. She doesn't respect the history. She's not a fan of the Ninja Turtles. And
we talked about this.
Yeah, you and I talked about this.
Yep.
And then I watched some interviews. She knows her shit. Like, the stuff she knows is so granular that it's not even funny. Like, when she was, because, like, one of the people she was interviewing, who was interviewing her, was asking her questions, and she was dropping shit that dude, who was supposed to be, like, a Ninja Turtle superfan, was literally, earlier in the interview, bragging about how, like, oh, man, I know all the deep cuts, this, is that, and the third, and she was bringing up shit he didn't even know about. And while she did admit she had blind spots in some of the Ninja Turtle stuff, like she said, like she openly admitted that she didn't really read a lot of the Ninja Turtles Archie stuff, but that she did read a lot of the Mirage stuff, and watched a lot of the cartoons. And even since she's been, doing art and writing Ninja Turtles, she talked about how, she's gone back and actually watched some of the stuff and filled in those gaps. But like, yeah, she was naming characters. Even I was kind of like, oh, damn, really? Okay, all right, go on then. But like, yeah, that's the thing. I think, yeah, it's all because people take that narrative. They say, oh, yeah, so-and-so doesn't know anything about blah, 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 blah. And then the internet takes it, runs with it. No one goes back to fact check or follow up. And that's just the narrative going forward, is that so-and-so doesn't know anything about blah, blah, blah. And then that's it. But the thing is, no one has to disclose to the world why they fired somebody. They don't. They only have to disclose it to the person that they're firing. And I'm pretty sure because it's Disney, there are NDAs in place, so you probably never will hear about why that happened. But all that said, I'm actually very excited. I'm very excited to get my eyeballs on X-Men 97 this week.
Yeah, I think once this shit comes out and it's either good or it's bad.
Oh, that's why they dropped that clip. They dropped that clip earlier this week.
Like, shut that shit up. Hard to tell you, Bo, but you finna get moved to the wayside once this shit comes out, because now people are gonna have something else they can talk about. So
yeah, bro, let me tell you something. When I saw this shit right here, when I saw Rogue hit a Sentinel with the side effect, I was like, all right, let's go. When Rogue hit the Sentinel with the side effect, like the only thing she didn't do is go, like she didn't do the she did that. She hit that motherfucker with side effect. What was it? Beast? Beast ass basically ripped his, first off, tripped a Sentinel with his bare hands, climbed inside of it, and then like he basically pulled a Green Ranger on the Sentinel. That motherfucker kicked the door in through wasn't nobody in to throw out, but if it was, he'd have thrown him out. and then proceeded to control the Sentinel and had that motherfucker put sweet chin music on one of the other Sentinels. Oh, I swear to God, I thought I even saw him do the thigh slap when he did it. Like, dude, this trailer was straight up gas. Like, dude, you can't sit up here and tell me that they weren't cooking. Look, you can't look. This shit right here had me hollering. Bishop shoved Gumbo up out the way so he could take the hit and then throw it right back at the Sentinel. I was like, bro, come on now. Gambit out here doing backflips and throwing cards in the Sentinel forehead. Bruh. Also, I just want to point something out. I don't know if they did this on purpose. And Carter, I don't know if you saw this or not, but I'm just going to put this out here anyway. I think they trying to show us that the Cheeks is back.
No, they're not. They gone. I know y'all want to think that.
Look.
They gone. That is just a camera angle. I see it enough from white women on Instagram. That is just the angle.
They like
it is.
Look. She's like, look. She's like, I'm working on the BBL. I'm working on the BBL right now.
Nope. I don't let you get away with it. I will not allow it. That is just an angle. That is an angle. That is an angle. No. She still has that same Hank Hill disease where she ain't
got no ass. She got no ass. Look, no ass at all.
No.
Look, hey, I'm just saying it right now. Look. I love how the internet is just the internet. The shit that we zoom in on and focus on is just so wild to me.
Wild. Yeah.
Folks are just so wild to me. But yeah, no, this trailer was absolute gas. It was so good. I loved it. It was everything I needed to see. Once again, they have another one that literally just posted up a little bit ago. And yeah, dude, they are doing all the right things. They're doing all the right things right now. I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
I literally could not be happier with what we're seeing right now from this. Also, yeah, dude, this other trailer, like, I almost kind of want to take some stuff from it too, because have you seen this? Have you seen the other trailer that popped up?
Not all of it, no.
Okay. So yeah, dude, they're out here right now, man. They are out here right now. They're out here absolutely positively cutting up. And let me do this real quick. I'm gonna nope, mute that. But yeah, anyway, that would be one thing y'all can't hear, but Carter could hear it because of the way I got audio set up. But no, like, I'm telling you guys, man, this is going to be like, just looking, like, I just want to just show just one little thing right here, like right here, bam, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. This looks so good, looks so good. Like, just, dude, right here, Nightcrawler, right here, bam, look at that, bam, 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 dude, look at it, just look at it, look at it.
I like the animation. Like, the animation is really, really good.
Yeah, like they did a fantastic job with this. It is going to be so good. And the thing is, I saw someone in the chat earlier say something, man, I just wish they would add all these other characters. Well, here's the thing. It's already been said that the show is going to have just as many cameos, if not more, than the original series. So I don't think you have anything to worry about there. Honestly, the X-Men has such a big roster, just to have everyone else there, you have to remove people, and you're just not going to do that with this. It's not going to happen. It just ain't going to do. But yeah, that said, yeah, while we're on the case of X-Men, Marvel at I believe, was it South by Southwest where they did this, or I think it was South by Southwest. They made the announcement about the new era of X-Men. And it is looking pretty interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie. Though I do have some criticisms. I've given them online, but I'll give them again here in just a moment. First and foremost, let's show the yeah. I got it. Not you, Carter. Goddamn, why is my... Okay, yeah, my shit just blowing up. Anyway, We got a taste of the next era, and we know all the creative teams that are going to be involved. It's called A New Beginning, because this is X-Men from the Ashes, not to be confused with the original X-Men from the Ashes story arc. I see how Marvel is, sometimes reheating them leftovers when it comes to naming conventions. But yeah, this is pretty much it. We're going to be getting Uncanny X-Men with Gail Simone, David Marquez, a adjectiveless X-Men title with Jed McKay and a friend of the channel, Ryan Stegman. Also, Gail Simone's a friend of the channel as well, technically. And then we got the exceptional X-Men with Eve L. Ewing and Carmen Carnero. So, like, when it comes to creative teams, I have no issue with any of this. You've got top tier writers, you have top tier artists working on these books. And I believe, as far as I'm aware, I think we're looking pretty good there. And before anyone says, is that all they showed? Well, no, there's also this. So here, I want to share this right here. These are some of the other titles that'll also be announced, or I'd say not announced, but more properly revealed later. So there's going to be a Phoenix solo series, a Storm solo series, a Wolverine solo series. They will also be bringing back NYX. They'll also be bringing back X Factor and X Force. No creative teams announced on any of this. Before we get too deep off to the next part of it, Carter, what do you think so far?
I don't really have an opinion until they're out, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm with you on the three initial books that we found out about in those creative teams. Those are some really good creative teams, but I think I'm gonna have to wait until the Fall of the House of X stuff finishes so I can see what kind of direction we're going in for this next stuff. So that's where I'm at right now. Seeing Ryan Stegman back on art duties, that'll be really nice to see, since he just finished up his book, The Schlub, over at Image and KLC. So in that book he actually wrote. So just to see him back on art duties, and the first thing he gets back when he comes back is the X book, and it's the main X book. Like that's pretty fire. Gail Simone being on Uncanny is going to be really interesting to see, since the last Uncanny I read, it was the Cullen Bunn stuff with Magneto, and that was inverted Sabretooth and stuff like that.
So you didn't read the Matthew Rosenberg. Got you.
Wait. Is that when they were in the bar?
Yeah, that's the bar. That's the bar.
I read
that was
a little bit of that. I didn't realize that was Uncanny.
Yeah, that was Uncanny.
I did read a little bit of that.
Yeah, so that was why, so like, full disclosure, I actually hit up Gail Simone on Twitter about this.
Yeah.
When she was talking about it, and I said, so is it going to be Uncanny or is it going to be adjectiveless? And she was, and then she kind of played a little coy about it. And I was, and then it finally came out. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing Uncanny." And I was like, I knew it. I had a feel it was gonna be Uncanny. But see, initially I thought, well, I knew they were gonna have like two different X teams, so I assumed there'd be two different X books. But I didn't know there was gonna be three of them. Now, that said, this is also kind of special, because I don't expect a lot of people to absolutely positively know this, but this is actually the first time ever, if I'm not mistaken, that a black woman is going to be heading up an X title, like writing an X title. So I'm actually really excited for that. Eve L. Ewing is going to be taking on Exceptional X-Men, as I stated earlier. And I think it's just the first time in a long time that a woman, period, is going to be writing a X title as well, because, or at least on Uncanny, in a long time, because we got Gail Simone over on the Uncanny X-Men side of things. So I'm pretty hyped for all of that in and of itself. But then here's the issue that that I have going into this is the lineups. This is where everything falls apart for me.
Yeah.
This is where everything kind of falls apart for me. Now some of this I'm gonna let slide because I just kind of expect these things. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and get this out of here. The Uncanny X-Men, the lineup is going to be Wolverine, Gambit, Rogue, Jubilee, and Nightcrawler, with Rogue leading the team. Rogue is going to be, even though I know a lot of people see Wolverine in front, technically Rogue is supposed to be the leader of this outfit, supposedly.
I wonder if she's going to be doing double duty, if they're still going to have her running the Unity Squad in Uncanny Avengers and an X-Men team. That would be wild.
That would be, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't. Well, and also let me make sure I'm clear on this. The other titles that I showed. Also, thank you, Ed Boy in the Cut, for putting that out there, because I always have to remind people of this. Evel Ewing and Al Ewing are not related. They are not married. They have no connection whatsoever other than having the same last name. Thank you, Ed Boy, for catching that.
Boy, y'all worse than all them people that thought Donnie Cates was black when he was on the Blerd Cave.
Bruh, what? But no, okay, so here's the thing. With this particular lineup here, I know a lot of people say, oh, this lineup is mid because it's nothing but white people. I will also correct you. Jubilee is on that team. Jubilee is not white. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. That said, she is the only person of color on that team, so I do take umbrage with that aspect of it. I think that that's a missed opportunity. Getting over to Jed MacKay. Jed MacKay is actually the one I'm more curious about than anybody else, because I don't know if you know this, Carter, but he is also still writing Doctor Strange. He is still writing Avengers. He's going to be writing this. This is the first time, I think, in a long time, if ever, that a writer for an X title, like a core X title, was also writing Avengers. So it's also got people talking right now that, oh, are they going to be setting up for AVX again? Like, is that what they're going to be angling for?
Why people were talking about AVX this week?
Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. I think that if Marvel were smart, I would not do AVX again. I would not go back to the well on that. Now, if you want to do an Avengers X-Men team up, okay, now we're talking. Not like hey, the X-Men and the Avengers got to fight each other. No, I want to see, if we're going to do this again, maybe have it be something where the Avengers and the X-Men have to work together against the common foe. I think that would be more interesting than whatever it is people are thinking with AVX, like an AVX 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I need to remind people, Al Ewing is a whole white man. I just want y'all to know that. He is a whole white dude. Whole British white dude.
But about Bobby Caldwell when it comes to Al Ewing.
Yeah, like, dude, there are so many people that think that he's. It's kind of like Rick Astley too. Like, I remember the first time I heard Rick Astley and Taylor Dane. The first time I heard either one of those two sing, I was like, oh, that's got to be, like, when I heard Rick, I was like, oh man, that's a brother. And then I heard Taylor Dane, I was like, oh no, that's a sister right there. And I saw both of them, I was like, oh Lord, they are white. White. I was like, oh my God. But no, it's not a bad thing though. Here's the thing. This roster here I find interesting, the Jed MacKay part of it. I say all this because, and here, let me, you know what, I should have done this with the other one, but yeah, I'll do it here too. But yeah, just kind of give you a little bit of a closer look. That's the Rogue, Wolverine, and Gambit of it. Right there, which, I'm like, all right, cool, bet, let's go. And we also got the Jubilee and Nightcrawler of it, which, once again, also bet. This one, we're going to have Cyclops, apparently, as leader. He's going to have Psylocke, which, by the way, is the canon version of the character, not Betsy Braddock. I know there were some people who kept trying to say it was Betsy Braddock, but no one noticed the katana or the fact that she is wearing the Revanche costume, not the traditional Psylocke one. So, yeah, there's that. Jugs is back on the team for the first time in a long time.
I hate that X on his face.
I mean, I get it. Hey, look, man, look.
I like that he is on the team.
Yeah.
I really like that he is on the main book, it looks like.
Yeah, he's on the main book.
but that X is nasty.
I mean, I'll give you that, but we got to be real though. I'm just glad he's there after how dirty Xavier did him. And Xavier did that. Like, I don't know if y'all read the Fabian Nicias, but man, he did Jugs dirty as fuck.
You know what? I could care less about that just because he is showing you, he is showing Charles, if Charles would pay attention, you should have put some respect on my name. Because look at all this work I am doing.
Oh, yeah, no.
Of Orchis.
Dude, like, Jugs has been putting in work.
You got to stop calling him Jugs. You got to stop calling him Jugs.
Well, am I calling him not? I'm gonna call him not. but no, I'm just saying so Juggernaut has been putting on the cape for mutant kind. He has been doing his best. And like Juggernaut is literally the definition of the word ally right now. He is the very definition of the word ally right now, and I'm here for it. We've also got Magic. I mentioned Beast earlier. I know a lot of people are confused about why Beast is on the team after everything that happened. And like, oh, they just going to forget are we just going to forget about war crimes Beast? No, I'm going to limit say that might be Defender's Beast. Just based on everything
that totally is. So
yeah,
spoilers if you've been reading X-Force and you're wondering what's gonna happen. Yeah, that bad boy Hank McCoy. Yeah, he's dying.
Yeah,
he gone. He gone.
Oh yeah, he's not even getting sent to the gulag. He's getting sent straight. Like he had to Alt F4 back to the desktop. He had to Alt F4 back to the desktop. We've also got a few other members up here up top. We've got Kid Omega and Oya, who is now going by a new name. She is now Temper.
How do you feel about that? Because I did see some people upset about that because Temper on a black person.
I said it in my video. I didn't like it either. Now, okay. I will say it depends on what the meaning is, because technically temper can mean a lot of different things. It can mean a lot of different things. And considering her ability to use both fire and ice, I'm going to go on a limb and say Jed McKay was galaxy braining this, because that's kind of what he does sometimes. Like he's usually thinking like 3D chess a lot of the times, because one definition of temper is balance. Is to balance something. And because she controls fire and ice, that is technically a balance. However, I think he did not give people enough credit on that. I saw somebody else bring up temperature. That could also be it too. That's fine as well. But yeah, do whatever you... I honestly, I kind of feel like either way, just calling her temper was not a good look. She was just fine as Oya. She was just fine.
It's like her third name change, or am I misremembering?
I don't remember her having a name.
Wolverine in the X-Men, I can't, it was something, and then it was Oya, and now it's or am I misremembering? Because in Jason Aaron's Wolverine book, I thought she had a different name.
Well, okay, so they just called her by her government name.
Okay.
They called her by her government name a lot. But
call her Icy Hot instead of Temper, you got to get banned for that.
Oh,
you got to get banned for that.
So here's the question I'm asking, though, is that I wonder if we are resurrecting the relationship between her and Kid Omega, because Kid Omega just recently got killed off in the Wolverine book, but yeah, he's still alive because of Orchis technology and his Omega level telepathic abilities. But the funny thing is that he reached out to her in that Wolverine series, and I'm wondering if they're gonna have like some kind of reunion of sorts, because they really haven't interacted since the House of X era. Like Oya was kicking it with Necra and Brew and shit like that. She stopped hanging out with Quentin after God, was that like back around Battle of the Atom or some shit, or fucking something like that? I don't remember exactly, but yeah, for a lot of people who don't remember, they used to date. So I wonder if they're going to revisit that history. And then, of course, the elephant in the room is Magneto in the hover chair. Did he get his legs broke? Did he get his back? Wait. You know he going up against the Shadow King.
It's the way you say it. His legs, bro. You are.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I got
You
questions.
could have said that shit so many different ways.
Yeah.
Bro, you are wild. That is wild to say.
Look, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
I'm hoping that he just chilling in his Mobius chair. I'm just hoping.
Hey, I'm just saying. You know, he ran into Shadow King down there in the Shadow Realm in that Resurrection of Magneto.
That's not the price of him getting out. I hope that's not like this is the only thing that Aurora and I could do to get me out. I had to make me a paraplegic.
Yeah, like nah.
They had to make me a cripple.
Look, that man was getting ready. Look, let me tell you something. That man was getting ready to come up. That man was getting ready to come all the way up out of hell. Found himself in the Shadow Realm, and the Shadow King was like,
"You are wild for that. You are wild for that."
Oh. Broke back Magneto. But yes,
he's
everything.
Suit, not his costume.
He's in the suit.
Whatever happened to the What
The
happened to that
clone?
clone? Yeah.
Yeah, Joseph.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Somebody in the chat is saying that's Joe, not Magneto.
Maybe.
Is that a stretch? Is that a stretch?
I mean, it could be, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like we wouldn't have a title called Resurrection of Magneto if he wasn't coming back. Oh, he's like,
Yeah, Ernie is truly on that gas today. Something is wrong with him.
I'm
Something
sorry.
is actually wrong with him.
I'm sorry.
Y'all are
Look, you know what? I'm gonna hit myself.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I don't like that I can hear these now. I don't like that I can hear these now.
Yes.
But
got him.
But I mean, Harley Academic in the chat is saying that they're not showing his face seems intentional. So
I mean, probably.
yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing. What difference would it make if they showed his face? Him and Joseph got the same exact fucking face.
Oh, you know what? What if it's Charles?
Could be Charles. You never know. Maybe Charles is rocking the Magneto fit these days. Actually, here's the thing. Oddly enough, Charles doesn't show up in any of this, as far as I'm aware. At least I don't think he does.
You're gonna do a Zorn again, where Zorn is unmasked and it was Magneto the whole time. It was me, Austin. It was me all along. And now we boom.
Wait a minute. Venom Absolute. I almost want to put you in the hole for that.
Danger.
So I try to see what that back do.
Wow.
Hey, Shadow King, the backbreaker. The backbreaker. Like you got the God Butcher, you got the back butcher.
That's exactly what I meant, Harley Academic. What if that's Charles, but he's in Magneto's body on some Phantom shit again?
That could be. You never know. I think Charles is going to pay the ultimate price because he's been on that bullshit. So you never know.
And I think that would be one way that Magneto could finally get his piece with all those names is Charles Xavier is the one with the dream and the vision. So I could give him my body, let it be. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've seen the trailer. I've seen the trailer. But the thing is about that trailer is it's not very. Just because someone's walking on crutches and they bald don't mean that that's Xavier. But I mean, it could be. You never know. I'm willing to cop to that. LP3 of the $5 says, so will all the Krakoa stuff remain canon? Yes. Krakoa is still canon. It's not, as far as I'm aware, it's not being undone. I mean, it sounds like whatever happens, I mean, we're going to have to wait and see. Like, honestly, we're going to have to wait and see. But it kind of seems like it is. Even if it's not, canon in the sense of like if they reset the timeline or maybe they do that. Honestly, I kind of hope they don't, but I do feel like that would be a get out of jail free card to to basically put things back the way they were, because sometimes writers don't like going into another person's story. Like, and honestly, I kind of being beholden to Jonathan Hickman's X-Men is something I don't think anyone really wants to do, because while it is good, it has also been kind of messy. I can even admit that. Like, even the way some of this stuff recently has been handled lately has been kind of messy. But that said, we are not done. Because we've still got the exceptional X-Men. This team is mostly new characters. Shadowcat, Kate Pryde is going to be leading the team. Emma Frost is also going to be backing her up, kind of playing off that character development these two characters had between each other during the Marauders up to this point, because they became incredibly close over that time frame. The three new characters that are being introduced, one of them, the young brown lady, kind of closer to Emma Frost, her name is Bronze, and it's largely because just judging by this picture, it seems like kind of similar to how Colossus can sheathe himself in metal. She can sheathe herself in bronze. So there's that. And it also seems like she can also spin bronze like constructs off of herself. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah. It should be interesting. I don't know. We'll kind of have to wait and see on that one. The other characters we don't really get much in the way of names for, though I think I actually got it backwards when I did my video for this. I thought that maybe the character named Melee was the cat with the spikes on his jacket. Mm-hmm. I think actually now, after looking at this picture, because and maybe I want to see what you think about this, Carter. I want to see what you think about this. When you look at here, let's go back a couple of images. When you look at this image, she doesn't look as buff as she does in this picture. So like that's kind of why I kind of didn't. But like, had I seen
that's Marissa right there, dog.
Right. I was like,
6 Marissa,
right? Like this is a muscle mommy. This is the real Big Barda.
Yeah, she is stacked. That she is ready to catch you with one of those gladius, like for real.
look, that motherfucker. Look, death by snoo is gonna be a real thing in the exceptional X-Men. But no, this character, I think this is Melee, most likely, and the cat with the spikes on his jacket is Axo. Also, once again, people said that the criticisms that all these teams here. I'm gonna zoom this in just a little bit so we can kind of see a little bit better. But a lot of people said these teams are all incredibly white. This is probably the one team that isn't. I mean, yeah, you got Emma Frost. Yeah, you got Kate Pryde. I knew Bronze was a person of color off rip because it was just really obvious. But even looking at the two in the middle, Melee and Axo, even looking at that initial picture, I was like, I don't think either of these characters are white. Like maybe Melee is white, but honestly, in this image, she almost comes off more like Chinese or Japanese or some kind of Asian persuasion, in some level or another. And I don't think Axo is white either. So this might be leave it to the one person of color writing an X title to add a little more color than what you might expect from some of these other books. I mean, I'm here for it one way or the other. It all looks good to me. I'm actually really digging. I don't even saw this, Carter. These are the new school uniforms. You kind of already saw this on Melee and Axo, but you kind of see here they.
And this is just, maybe it's because I've gotten older and just like living in LA with the streetwear and stuff like that. And it pissed me off that they didn't do this for a lot of the Krakoa stuff, like Sword and X Factor come to mind. Yeah, they need to release this stuff as like a drop that people could rock for real, because I would wear that.
Yeah, dude, that jacket is cold. Look, I love the way like because I wasn't paying, like at first I wasn't paying it as much attention, but I love how the zipper is a part of the X. like right in there. It's a part of the X, and when you unzip it, it pops open the way it does right there. Dude, I would rock that shit.
Give me that with a black, you know what's funny? There is I have a set, the Marathon Continues set in my closet right now that's red and black like that. Give me that jacket with a black tee, some essential black sweats or something like that. Give me some black forces just to be regular. And you know what? That happened with a lot. What was the most recent issue? Was that Fall of the House of X was that Manifold that came back? It pisses me. It wasn't Manifold. It was was it? Who just came back in that most recent issue?
Yeah,
to teleport everybody.
Yeah, it was Manifold. It was
Manifold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That it pisses me off every time I see Manifold and I see that jacket of his because I want that jacket.
That jacket is
I
cold.
want that jacket bad, the motherfucker. Dog.
Dude, that jacket is bad as a motherfucker. I was like, dude, how do y'all not? Because that was one of the things. Because like you said with Sword, everybody had their jackets. Why did they not release that shit? That would have literally made them. I think the jackets would have made them more money than the fucking comic itself.
Yeah.
Shit, because I'd have been, look, y'all to see me every video sweating my ass off in 90-degree weather, wearing that goddamn jacket like my name's Gambit or some shit. Always walk around with a goddamn trench coat on. It's 102 degrees outside.
Yeah. Carter on Demon Time wearing black Air Forces. Now, that was just for the sake of this conversation here. I have not worn Forces in years. No.
He's like,
that was just me trying to give y'all an example.
He's like, nah. He's like, I don't do that. I don't do that.
A lot of that Krakoa stuff, especially when they went a little bit different, like I said, with X Factor, with old girl from Sword that was doing dirt.
Yeah, Abigail Brand. Yeah,
Abigail Brand. That green jacket was fire to me. But especially Manifold, that shit with Manifold was fire. So yeah, Manifold was dude. But okay.
So hopefully we get was it King Sim said hopefully we get a Bedlam and Sync figure with the $2 super chat. I mean, you might, maybe. I'm not holding my breath though.
But as a whole, with these three books, this might annoy you a little bit. This might annoy everybody else, but
okay.
I don't really care about these books because I say that because it was just like Ultimate X. I don't care. Give it to me to read first, and then I'll have an opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fair.
So that's where I'm at right now.
That is fair, but people expect a little more from me, so that's why I'm giving a little more.
Yeah, and they expect more from fucking both of us. And that's why I said I know it's gonna make some of y'all mad. I think the one book I would be looking forward to reading, and I don't want people to tear my head off because there is a reason, is the Jed MacKay X book. That's really the main one I'm kind of wanting to look at, just because Ernie and several of you all have sworn by Jed MacKay's Moon Knight that I kind of dropped off of because I was reading other stuff. I know Gail Simone's good because I have Gail Simone stuff. I know Eve Ewing is good because I have Eve Ewing stuff. But Jed MacKay, I'm not reading the Avengers. I dropped off of Moon Knight, so that's the main book that I'm really wanting to read is his just adjectiveless, just X-Men book, just to see, kind of like with Hickman, what all the fuss. Let me just remind me why everybody always tells me you need to be reading this Jed MacKay book. So that's the main reason.
What happened to Magic Sword?
She still has it. What?
Yeah, she's still. It's still right there.
It's right there. What?
Right there. She still got the sword. It didn't go anywhere.
I like that Magic is on this team just because I don't know if a lot of people have noticed, and it's been happening since I want to say Fraction was on Uncanny. Anytime Cyclops has a team, Magic is his right hand.
Oh yeah,
Magic is on that team.
Well, I think it's going to be even better this time because he's actually become quite close with Conan. He's actually become quite close. I wonder if she's actually going to go back to her old name or if she's just going to stay Psylocke. But either way, I'm curious. I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. And also I want to point out it's probably safe to say these aren't the full teams. I just want to point this out. It's been hinted that this is not the full lineup and that there's more characters that they just haven't shown. So take that how you want to. I will say people will be pleased to know we will not be going back to the mansion, at least not in a way that you might think. The mansion is being decommissioned. That's why, so I said this in my video. None of the X teams are going to be based out of the mansion. None of the X teams are going to be based out of the mansion. As a matter of fact, the Gail Simone Uncanny X-Men are going to be based out of Louisiana, New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. Jed MacKay's X-Men are going to be based out of Alaska.
Oh, that's the team in Alaska. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna be based out of, actually, as a matter of fact, they're gonna be based out of Alaska, and the Exceptional X-Men are gonna be based out of Chicago because it's Evel Ewing writing this, and she bases everything out of Chicago. Even the black,
for real?
Yeah, even the black, yeah, that's where she's from.
I never knew that.
Yeah, because her Riri Williams Ironheart, her Black Panther. Even though technically he's in Burnin' T'Chaka, Burnin' T'Chaka is modeled off Chicago.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Because I don't know if you caught it in the first issue. They were they mentioned something called the Vulture when they were talking about the wind that comes off the mountains of the Jabari land towards the city. They call it that because because it's the Hawk in Chicago.
Got you.
And there's a lot of Chicago-isms in Black Panther. So that's why I always tell people. Yeah, that's why when they put her on the book, I knew she was gonna do that because I was like, dude, she that's just what she does. So of course I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so basically what's going on here is that there was a thing that we were teased in I think it was in a free comic book day thing or some kind of a solicit, but it talked about there being an Inmate X. We don't know who Inmate X is. It has not been stated. We have not been told. No one knows who the hell it is. I mean, people can guess. People can guess, but one. It's not been told.
Give me one. Give me one.
Well, initially I thought it was going to be like Cyclops. Just based on some of the things that happened recently. But honestly, I was kind of leaning more towards Xavier. But then I saw somebody bring, oh, y'all should watch the trailer. I've watched the trailer. And a lot of people see this part right here. And a lot of people are assuming that this is Xavier. Could be. Could not be. I don't. A
nasty looking Xavier, if that's Xavier, bro.
Well, okay, let me put it like this. There were a lot of people saying that was Xavier and that was Astrid Bloom. And I was like, man, we are doing a lot of reaching here. But let me just put this out here. I don't think this is Astrid Bloom, just purely because I don't remember Astrid Bloom having a mole. This character very clearly has a mole. I haven't looked into this number up here, the Inmate 192337. If that might be anything of note, it probably is because you don't put anything there by accident. But just going back to it, a lot of people think that this is Charles Xavier. If it is, I'll totally cop to that, but I don't think it is. Just because he's a white man and he's bald and he on crutches don't mean that it's Charles. If that's the case, there's quite a few other bald white men. That's like if I showed you a picture of Lex Luthor sitting in a chair, would you assume that it was Charles Xavier? Or would you assume that it's Lex Luthor? But no, this book looks like it's going to be something interesting. Once again, getting back to the Inmate X of it, which, by the way, I don't know if I told you this, Carter. So the reason why they're not using the mansion is because that's where they are right now in this picture. This picture is from inside the mansion. The mansion is being used as a prison. That's why, so you get to this shot right here, you see Jubilee, watching them break it down, the restricted area, no unauthorized access. You see them doing, all kind of reconstruction. That is because it's being retrofitted into being a prison.
Interesting.
Yeah, so guess what? You don't have to go back to the mansion anymore. You can totally rest. You can rest easy now, Carter. You can rest easy.
Well, shit, no, because I'm more so worried. I'm trying to figure out if I can figure out who Inmate X is, because there's only two things that are popping in my head right now.
Oh, this is them breaking down the Blackbird or the Thunderbird, if that's the case. Okay. All right, that might be the Blackbird because the Thunderbird is elsewhere.
One I'll give you is one of the Moiras that's left, or what if it's and you can tell me that this is an absolutely not, but what if it's What if it's what's his freaking name? Lord Essex. What if it's the
Oh,
Dominion? What if they
maybe.
just caught the Dominion and locked it up in there?
I mean, it's not impossible. I wouldn't be surprised if it was any of the. Well, we know it ain't Dr. Stasis because he's in the Shadow Realm. He got
I correct,
bruh. Dude,
I didn't want to do him like that. I wanted to go worse, but no. Yeet. He just
dude, Firestar came and said, no. Let me baptize this man in the fires of Lake Minnetonka.
Oh, he got lit up. That was too funny.
But yeah, this is, I don't think this is the Thunderbird though. I think this is actually the OG Blackbird because this is inside of the mansion, it's not elsewhere. Another thing I like about this though, I love the symbolism they're going with here. This is from, because this is Jubilee obviously, so this is Gail Simone's Uncanny right here. But we see that Jubilee's in a bar and she sees a woman who is very clearly a mutant. And one thing I want to point out about this is that something significant must have happened to where it's more okay for mutants to be out in the open who don't pass for normal, because we have a whole person who would technically qualify as a Morlock working in a diner, like out in the open. Now, the thing I loved about this is that it still seems like there's some fuck shit going on, because we see this point where, Jubilee kind of does like the, kind of throws her the sign for mutant, which I thought was actually pretty cool. They did this in this shot. And then you see the girl kind of look over her shoulder and she's kind of does it on the slick. So it's almost like, being a mutant is still technically like looked down upon, but maybe not so much as like, we'll still let you, work here, but like maybe I'm a mutant who's trying to pass as like a metahuman or just someone who just got powers later. I'm not a person who was born with this. That's kind of what I'm wondering there.
I feel bad for any individual that can't make that symbol all the way, because your finger won't come all the way down or go all the way up.
Look,
like
you sit here,
index finger pop up real quick and you get your head blown off.
You sit here try to do this and shit, and all of a sudden next thing you done throw it up some kind of crit, and it feels like, wait, you repping now? But no, man, yeah, I'm here for this. I'm here for this. I'm also here for what seems like Jubilee, like just really embracing her power, because Jubilee has not really just been throwing down as of late, like she did in the recent Exterminators. She used the maximum of her power for the first time in a long time, or if ever, and she damn near blasted all the hair off her body that she used her power too cold. But I like seeing stuff like this. I'm glad Jubilee's finally, because remember they used to always make that statement back when people used to make fun of her power, saying, "Oh, she just makes fireworks," and it's like, well, no, it's something more than that. She just doesn't know how to use it all the way. So and I'm glad she's doing better there.
Real quick, I will say, just in case you all didn't hear it from him or didn't hear it from us when we talked about it before, Exterminators, that was a nice little mini. That was a
little
nice
5-issue
mini.
something. Yeah. It was good.
That was a dope little book in this little Krakoan era with her.
Also, she is not a vampire anymore. She's not a vampire anymore. So
she hasn't been a vampire for a minute.
Like she stopped being a vampire like before House of X even.
You know what? I'm actually happy you said that. I'm hoping they don't do that again. Not making her a vampire, but now that we have these 3 X books, when they did this before, when it was multiple X books, you knew Uncanny was really that was the it girl. That was the main X-Men book. And then you had the adjectiveless X-Men. That was the little side story, whatever the fuck, and that's how she got turned into a vampire. It's only X-Men, but that was the book that no one really paid no mind. So I'm really hoping we don't have that with any of these X books.
I'm hoping not. I'm really hoping not. But I mean, I'm excited for this. I am excited for this. I know some people don't like it. Some people are mad, crying into their keyboards, whatever about it. I just could not be bothered.
Somebody did ask why Cyclops looks so young, and I don't know if it's art or maybe
Yeah.
something happens with this Fall of the House of X stuff. So that's another reason I'm really just let me read the how we end all this Krakoan stuff. Let me see where the chips are falling, and then I can get a better idea of what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, it's what like it's the nature of the beast. They kind of had to show this stuff when they did, because honestly, if they would have waited.
Yeah.
If they would have waited, and look, let's be real. We know why they're doing this. It's all to capitalize right now on the heat of X-Men 97 right now. Because that's what you do. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. There's a reason why I make the videos I do, because it's to catch on to the trend of something that's taking off for me. So if I see that, oh, y'all really like that Thundercats video I did. Okay, cool. More Thundercats videos are coming your way. If I make a video about Batman that only like 2,000 people watch, I'm probably not going to make many more Batman videos after that. Which is why I don't do many videos about DC stuff, because y'all don't watch them. So yeah, it's just that's the thing. It is what it is. Marvel would be stupid not to capitalize on it. It sucks because it does kind of, I don't feel it spoils anything, because I mean, honestly, if you thought that by the end of the story arc that the mutants aren't going to win somehow, I don't know what to tell you. Because otherwise, what the fuck was the Hellfire Gala for? That would honestly, like, if they just did all that just to get shit on again, then I really would think that would be worse. But I mean, I think the trick is, we know they're going to win, we just don't know how. And I mean, I'm sure we'll get it. I thought the same thing that, you thought too, about, Cyclops. Like, he does look a little young. Is this the young, did Cyclops get resurrected or some shit before it all was said and done and he came back younger? But I mean, to be fair, Conan looks younger. All of them look objectively younger. So
the chat is saying that this is the same Cyclops. It's just the art.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody looks young. Yeah. Like, I know that. I'm just saying this for the motherfuckers that don't. This is just how he draws. I mean, hell, if you want to talk about young, look at Kid Omega. Kid Omega looks like a damn near like an anime character. That man looked like he literally about to say, Nani!
Stop it. Stop it.
That's what he looks like right now. Am I lying? What is I'm just saying. But anyway, point of the matter is, look, two things can be true at the same time. Do I think these teams look incredibly white? Yes. Am I excited for these three new teams? Yes, at the same time. I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. I'm curious. I love all of these writers. I know some people probably aren't as familiar with them as I am. But, I like it. I like where it looks like it's going to be going. And truth be told, I can't hate something that I don't know very much about. So, like, because that's what I saw a lot of people, complaining about. They're like, oh, this looks trash. And then when they said, look, you're just propping it up and you haven't even read it. And I'm like, you're shitting on it and you haven't even read it. So, like, dude, what does that make you look like? I'm not propping. I'm saying I'm excited. Like, I'm not saying that it's going to be the greatest thing that ever happened. It's going to totally make me forget about the Krakoan era and all the other X books that came before that were so fucking amazing. No, I'm just saying I'm excited. I can be excited for stuff. Shit, I'm excited for a lot of stuff that might make y'all angry. God damn. No. I don't know what. Look, I didn't read rumors. Okay, I just read announcements. Okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine, y'all. It's gonna be fine. Because I love it because I said something about like all the folks on X Twitter, on X spoilers that have been like for the past several months about how, yeah, I'm not reading anything after Krakoan here, man, because this is gonna be bullshit anyway, man. Fuck the shit. You know what? When these X books drop in July, in August, in September, y'all gonna be reading the motherfuckers, and y'all be like, man, Blerd, when you gonna cover the next X-Men? Y'all gonna be saying it, so just go ahead and just get over it now. Like, just like y'all go to the store, read them same 12 copies of Batman every week. Y'all go read them same 20 issues of Night Terrors. You're gonna read them same 30 issues of Spider-Man. You're gonna do it. So just go ahead and just roll with it. Anyway, Carter, you know what? We went a little long there, but it is what it is. Do you have a recommendation for this week, Carter?
Yep, keeping it real quick since we did go a little bit over.
Yeah.
Avengers Twilight, book 4, out.
Yes, sir.
Just as good as the previous 3 that came before it. Instant classic, I think would be me saying it a little bit too early, but there has never been a miss in 4 issues. This is reminding me of Nicholas Draper Ivy's Static Shadows of Dakota. And we don't have to worry about the villain getting just the whole stern talking to at the dead end of the book, like we did with Shadows of Dakota. We already know what time it is, and we on issue 4. And he actually showed his hand in this issue.
Yeah.
But again, like what I've said before, great writing,
Fantastic.
Beautiful freaking art. Oh my goodness. I need this to hurry up and finish. So
How many was it supposed to be 8 issues, or is it?
Don't do me like that. I thought it was supposed to be like 6.
You know what? Yeah, you might be.
8, I will fucking scream. Hold on.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it hot. I didn't mean to make it hot.
6-issue limited series.
Okay, it's 6. Okay, so then we got 2 more to go then.
It is 6.
This one ends. This one ends pretty strong, so I'm here for it. I'm gonna go a different direction. Mine is gonna be something that Carter got for me that I think everyone should read.
Okay.
Gail Simone's complete Red Sonja over at Dynamite Comics. This is actually from a ways back though. I believe when did these originally come out? I think these originally dropped. Ooh, let's see here. Let's open this up. I think, God, this was like the early 2010s.
Oh, wow.
I believe it was, give or take, because it was like early on. Like Red Sonja has been relaunched multiple times since Gail was on the book. But neither here nor there. Point of the matter is that this book is fantastic. It's actually a good jumping on point. Like if you're someone who has never read any of Red Sonja, I don't care whether it's the Marvel Red Sonja or the early relaunch of Red Sonja Dynamite, or any Red Sonja whatsoever. You don't have to know anything about Red Sonja to get into Gail Simone's okay, it was 2014. 2014 is when it came out. So yeah, if you didn't read the stuff that came out like in 2006, like early aughts, that ran for almost, I think, 7 or 8 years or whatever, yeah, it doesn't matter. You can just pick this book up and run with it. It doesn't matter. It is very solid. It's basically a story about Red Sonja and kind of why she's revered as such a legendary warrior, and also her running into a situation where she can't rely strictly on her sword talent and ability. She actually does have to rely on other people a little bit in that initial run, and then after that it kind of evolves into more of the Red Sonja you might be more familiar with. But I think it ran for like 3 trades. 3 trades worth of issues, I want to say. So probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 15, 16, 17 issues.
Damn, that's all that was? I thought it was more than that. No. How big that fucking thing is.
It's a lot.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's also a lot of supplemental material in the back. All of the different covers, a lot of the covers for each issue, the variants, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's also why it's kind of thick. But it is solid book, great book. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend it. If you're someone who has ever been curious about Red Sonja as a character, like if you've ever seen the movie and like, oh, I wonder what Red Sonja is like, or maybe you're a fan from back in the day and you just didn't know they still made Red Sonja comics for whatever reason, this is a good one to jump in on. Yeah, something about being kissed by fire. Yep, basically, more or less. the fiery redhead with the sword. Yep. So here's the thing. Let's move on to our next stuff here. We're gonna do 5 questions from the Discord, then 5 questions from chat, as we do customarily. Let's go ahead and jump into our questions from the Discord. Or do you want to take the first crack? This is a
Sure.
long
This is
My
long.
God. Okay, yeah.
This is from Jay Dizzle. Blerd and Carter, question on what you're willing to buy when it comes to comic collectibles. And everything else is pretty much stuff that he himself has done.
Gotcha.
But do each of you have a special back issue that you would stretch for and purchase? What issue and what price might be too high? Well, we know what hardcover would be too goddamn high. But I can answer this. I can answer this really quickly. When it comes to comic collectibles, I don't really have anything like that. I've never I have a couple floppies when it comes to single issues, but I've never been someone that just wanted the whole locked in a thing, CGC, whatever the hell, graded. I've never been that guy.
No.
When it comes to other collectibles, like I have a Spawn figure that you all have seen that is still in the box because I'm scared to open it because I don't want dust on it. So I'm that guy. So I've never really been the comic collectible type like that. I just want my books just right here so they are able to be grabbed at one time and boom. I've never had one where I just wanted single issue, prize possession, put on the shelf. That's never been me. What about you, Ernie?
Almost $400.
Which book is that?
Sandman Volume 2.
Is that the one you told me you need? I can't remember.
No. That's 3.
Okay.
Yeah, no. This was back when you couldn't find them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I spent almost $400 on that. So there you go. That's how far I'm willing to go.
Comic collectibles.
Yeah.
How far are you willing to go? What would you stretch for and try to get?
Not gonna
What's
lie.
your grail?
Well, this isn't a comic thing, but when I saw that announcement that From Software was releasing Ronnie's greatsword as a full size collectible item for $500, I almost paid for it. I almost tried, but no, I don't know. It depends on what it is. I would love to get one of those life-size Wolverines.
Mm-hmm.
I would love, because I remember I saw one at Mid-South Con one year. Someone had one, and it was 2 scale. It was a 2 scale Wolverine, exactly the height he should be. And it was so he was
wow.
It was awesome. And I was like, dude, I so want that. I was like, I so fucking want that. I don't even love Wolverine on that level, but I would totally fucking buy it. But yeah, that's a thing.
Okay. Next question here from Trap Got Thanos saying, what's good, guys? I was wondering what you guys' thoughts were on the Ultimate Black Panther criticism that it's not different enough. He said, I think it's kind of funny that people are saying that Ultimate Black Panther is too similar while glazing themselves over Ultimate Spider-Man, where the main selling point of an older married Peter is something we've seen before. And he gives examples of Spider-Girl and Renew Your Vows. It seems hypocritical to me, but what do I know except that y'all lazy? He gets me every fucking time. Y'all lazy asses better get them likes up. Side note, no shade to Krakoa, but X fans don't pretend like the 3 creative teams shown for the new era aren't better than Krakoa's initial lineup minus Hickman, and y'all know I'm right.
Man, you ain't had to bar him up like that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That was Trap God Thanos in our questions, okay?
You didn't have to bar him up like that, Trap God Thanos.
What are your thoughts, Blerd Without Fear, on Ultimate Black Panther not being different enough?
Man, okay, so I have a video coming out for it, and I actually do bring that up.
Okay.
Now, while I don't say that it is too similar, I actually talk about how I hope that they don't go that direction. Y'all will see it when I release the video. But one of the things I do talk about in that video is the fact that it's actually more, to me, it's actually more similar to the MCU Black Panther. That book is literally for people all the hashtag recast T'Challa crowd. That book is strictly for y'all. This is, hey, what if the MCU just recast T'Challa and kept a party going? That's what that book basically is. That's basically what Ultimate Black Panther is to me. But
that's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing I say in my video, and I won't go too deep into it, but I'll just say quickly that my fear is that the Ultimate Comics line is going to start regurgitating storylines we've already seen before. They might now. I do mention remixing. I will say they are remixing some classic stuff, but I'm okay with remixing. But when I say regurgitating, I mean literally chewing the food up and spitting it back out exactly as as it went down. That's what I'm talking about. You're not remixing anything. You're just reheating leftovers at that point. I don't want to see that. And I don't think this book is doing that. Yet.
Okay. All right then, brother. All right, next question here from the New Jersey Urban Cyber Detective.
Dude, I swear, this brother has so many names. I love it.
Okay, what up, Ernie and Carter? What up, brother? Question: if Marvel decide to make Civil War 3 to complete the trilogy, should it be redeemable villains versus irredeemable villains? And who would you want to lead the charge for the two groups in that event? Have a great Saturday. So, real quick for me, if they decided to make a Civil War 3, I don't care what it is because I wouldn't read it. Ernie, how do you feel?
I'm kind of over the whole Civil War thing, honestly. After the gross character assassination of Captain Marvel, they did that story. I was like, man, I would like, honestly, every time I go back and look at that story arc, I think this is literally the owner's manual on how to make an entire generation hate a specific character for years to come. For years, because honestly, I don't think anyone really hated Captain Marvel until that story arc. Yeah, because I know lots of people who claim they loved her when she was Ms. Marvel, but when she came Captain Marvel, it was like, oh, that was a bridge too far. No, it wasn't because she came Captain. It's because she slept y'all's baby boy Tony. That's why. That's why. And she was acting out of pocket. But no, I don't know who I would want to see, like, off the top of my head. Sure, Dr. Doom and I don't know. Maybe Red Skull. I don't know. That's kind of a boring answer to me, but like those are the only characters I can think of. Like a guy who could be redeemable versus a guy who should never be redeemable. Fucking goose stepping ass Nazi.
All right, we got one here from KGTB saying, hope you brothers are having a good 2024 so far. Do you guys think that there is a specific X-Men problem when it comes to introducing new characters? Seemingly in every X-Men era, a group of new characters are created, usually teenagers or young adults.
Yep.
Then, after their series ends or the next era starts up, those new characters are shuttered off to the shelf for years or are used sparingly or just hanging in the background, which is what I think is going to happen to that new century. I get creators want to leave their mark on a big franchise, but it really feels like that out of all other comic franchises, the X-Men have more than enough characters than they know what to do with at this point. Thanks for that question.
So I'm gonna tell you why they do it. There's a little bit of an inside baseball on why they do that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time is because you create new characters because, well, for one, it's fun to do. But also, it's kind of the same thing we talked about with Gods. The reason why Jonathan Hickman made up all those new characters when he could have just used characters that were already pre-existing. It's because they ever adapted, then he gets paid. There's also that aspect of it. Though a lot of times it's just, wanting to flex your creative muscles. That's why a lot of times when a new writer takes over a new book, you're going to get new characters, or you're going to see characters you haven't seen in a long time. But all in all, yeah, it is a little concerning. I don't like it. I don't like when these characters get left in the cold, because sometimes those characters are pretty cool, but we also have to remember, and Evel Ewing said this, and I thought it was very telling, when she was talking about taking over the Exceptional X-Men. She was talking about how readers likely resonated with Kitty Pryde back in the day. Like, a lot of those readers who resonated with her were kids themselves. They were probably her age. And that's why Marvel does it. They want younger people to resonate with those characters. The problem is that I think younger readers don't really catch on with the characters exactly the way that Marvel hopes, or if they do, they're just not very open about it. They're like quiet supporters. And then you hear the vocal minority of people who just hate those characters because they're old crusty ass men who forgot how to relate to someone that was younger than them. That's usually what it is. So it's a kind of an is what it is scenario. What's our next one here? We've got 1, 2, 3,
last
4, one
question
more.
From the Discord from Q Doma saying, hey, Blerd and Carter, hope you're having a great day. Question: Do you think the prodigy will survive when everything comes to an end, leading us back to the mansion in the X books? I just hope it is not a case where he becomes the sacrificial black man in all of this.
Well, here's the thing. Well, the first part is they're not going back to the mansion.
Exactly.
The mansion is a prison now, so you don't have to worry about that. That said, I don't think Prodigy's gonna die. I mean, that would be a sad thing to see. Yeah, that's just my take on it.
Yeah, they got Manifold for that.
Yeah,
He caught it. He caught it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, but no, I don't think that's gonna be the case. I don't think we have anything to worry about there. Next one is gonna be 5 questions to live chat
from the chat. So,
and before we do, we have a super chat from a ways back that
Yes,
we
we do.
missed that I want to make sure we get. It's from Tubes the One. It says, "Damn, this really is Days of Future Past. We've actually gotten to the future they worked so hard to avoid." And that's kind of the thing. I feel like it's very indicative of the thing I always say. I always say time wants to happen. It always wants to happen. And that's okay. You can try as hard as you want, but the thing you don't want to happen is always going to wind up happening in the end. Another thing, we got one here. This is, I don't think I read this one. Yeah, this one didn't get read. Nuck had one. He had this is a 1999 super chat. Says, right here. Says, I wish Iceman, Archangel, Colossus, Psylocke were regulars. It's the one issue I had with the OG TV show. I wanted the blue and gold team. The thing is, there's just too many characters. It's too many characters, and that's why you won't see that. I think those characters will show up. Those characters will appear. They'll probably be in an episode or two, but I wouldn't expect them to be on the whole show like as like a series regular. Because, I mean, let's be real. They just have so many characters. And it's going to be so hard to pick. You're going to piss somebody off. Like, if you add Psylocke to the team, who are you going to take off? Like, who are you going to take off the team? And then you're always going to be picking somebody's favorite. And I think it's just easier to have Psylocke on as, like, a one-off, or have Archangel on as, like, a one-off or two-off, Nightcrawler, so on and so forth. And who knows? They may be on the show more than we have actually seen. There may be a whole nest of mutants in there that we don't know about. But I think it's going to be fine. We also got another one here.
Okay.
This is also from Gabriel the Dark Knight, bringing us another 1999 super chat. Says right here, says, happy Saturday, just showing support, loving the show as always. Keep bringing that fire. We're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna do it. And we also, let's go ahead and lead up with this one. Let's lead up with this one right quick, because it's right in front of me, so why not? Jerome with the 3 months in the Blerd Club Gold Mines. His question: in honor of Women's History Month, could you make a video on a all-female superhero team for Marvel and DC? Well,
I'm surprised you already didn't have that like in your mind.
I've been so busy that, honestly, I did good. Well, okay, so here's what happened. Here's what happened with Ernie's Women's History Month stuff. You actually have already seen 2 of them. That Jenica video and that Venus de Milo video, because I've been working on those for the past couple of months. And then that was supposed to kind of lead me into Women's History Month, and then we just kind of, it all just kind of went from there. I have other stuff. It's just I've been so busy. But yeah, it's actually not a bad idea. Let's do it. All women Marvel DC team. I actually work on that today. So there's that. Boom. See, like I said, I listen. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a ways, because I know we had some at the earlier.
I do have a question, and I copied and pasted it in questions so we couldn't forget it, because I don't see it anymore.
Oh, okay. What do you got?
I got one from damn it, it didn't do the name of the person, but it got the question.
What was the question?
Okay, it's from YTube Noob. Do you guys talk comics with people outside of social media? Also, this is for you.
Dang it.
Loser Ranger Volume 9 is out this week.
Yeah, I saw. Damn it, I lost
That
it.
one I don't
I
have.
went to I saw the other one, so I jumped down to it, and then the other one went away. But yeah, we do talk with people outside of social media. I mean, well, obviously I talked to Carter. There are some people in Robo's Discord who I talk to about comics, and I do talk to y'all when I'm there. I actually mean to be more active in the Discord. It's just sometimes I'm just kind of all over the place and I'm busy. And I talk to people out in the world. There's like lots of people I know personally out in the world. Whenever I go out, they'll always pull me to the side, ask me my opinion on something or another, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, this right here."
Yeah. There's several people that I talk to. There's a woman, the woman that just literally texted me and said that she was gonna take a drive to Memphis to put hands on Ernie because she thought the Twitter stuff was real. I'm actively trying to get her. I'm trying to get her to read Die. And then I'm talking to another friend of mine. He's pissed when I talk to him about comics because he would rather treat them like TV shows, wait till a bunch of episodes are out and then watch it. He wants to try to do that with comics because I got him the first issue of Avengers Twilight and then he got pissed because he thought it was already finished. So now he has to wait every month for those issues to come out. And he's very upset. But yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm slick. I'm slick as fuck. Let's see if I can pull this off. Here, I'm doing something real ghetto here. Okay. What was that? Where was that other one? Where is that other? Here it is. So G Martinez asked, because I had to go back. I actually went back into the actual live stream and rewound it. Says, are you guys getting safety deposit boxes to put these prized possessions in? Man, I probably should. That probably isn't an actual bad idea, if I'm being honest. Speaking of, actually, another kind of in that same vein. Bergtown Music Group asked, "What's your comic-based prized possession?" Man, okay, so not gonna lie. And we
both looked at our fucking shell.
Well, no, it's funny to me that this is the case just because of the level of hell that I went through to get it.
Oh, the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that's what I figured.
For as much work as I went through to get this, it's this. Ninja Turtles Volume 14. Volume 14. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at on that. Oh my god, they just keep going away. Okay. There's another one here. I don't know if I can show you because it just fucking appeared. Question. This is from middle-aged Cal. Says, here we go. Says, any thoughts on the relaunch of Hama's G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero? I fell right back into it like I did when I was 10 years old. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's solid. I mean, it didn't miss a beat. I haven't read the last, I think because they've come out, I think they've dropped 4 or 5 issues since they continued it. I haven't read the last couple, but I know like the first ones they dropped after, I was like, I was like, this is classic Larry Hama G.I. Joe. 100%.
Okay.
And then last question that I have in front of me, and it's because I can literally see it. Why? What's up? Or did you see one?
No, I just saw a super chat.
Oh well, yeah, we get that. We'll get that, but I'm not worried about that because it's further down. I want to catch all these before they disappear on me. What are your thoughts on the Bad Batch show? I've been enjoying it. Bad Batch is nice. I like Bad Batch. It's I feel like if you're one of those Star Wars fans that feels like they spend too much time focused on Jedi narratives, I feel like Bad Batch is the place to go. I would always direct you to the Bad Batch because you're actually going to get some stories about other stuff. The characters are all cool. The stories are always, I would dare say, pretty consistent. I know some, and also if you are more beholden to the old Clone Wars aesthetic, they're a lot closer to that. So kind of like how like Rebels, it kind of vaguely looked like Clone Wars, but not really. Like it had its own style. Like Bad Batch is a bit closer to Clone Wars in my opinion, art style wise. Oh wait. I can answer this one real quick because it's very simple. Nope. Did see it. Did you see the Gods tie-in with Fall of House of X? Nope, did not. I honestly, I have not picked up a copy of Gods since that second issue.
Oh, it was first to me.
No, yeah, no, I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry. I don't wanna. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's nasty. And you know what? Screw it. I'll actually break the rule because I do feel like some of those were kind of easy.
Some of these, I see some good questions.
There's some good ones in here. Mr. January 16th said, question, do you think the X-Men characters will go back to staying dead once Krakoa era is complete? Or worse, they kill off characters again that were dead for decades before the Krakoan era? I don't know if they'll do that, but I definitely think characters that do get worked and get sent to the Shadow Realm, I think they're going to be gone. I think Mutant Resurrection is done. And honestly, probably for the best. Let's see here. This was actually from the Twitch side. I can't really comment too much on Sting's last match. Actually, haven't watched it yet.
I watched it. Okay.
Yeah, was it good? I've heard about it. I've read about it. I just haven't watched it.
I'll be honest. It made me like that Darby Allin dude less because
Really?
I see it's that backyard wrestling like kind of shit to me, to where he takes a lot of like unnecessary bumps. Because there's one in particular where he does like a swanton just in glass. And it's actual glass because the camera went right to his back and he just starts bleeding and shit immediately.
Yeah.
That kind of shit I don't like.
I'm not a fan of that either. Like I've actually been hypercritical of that stuff. Like I don't like a lot of the like super like death matchy backyard wrestling shit like that. That's the one time you'll hear me sound like one of those Jim Cornettes. Where I'll be like, I'm like fucking outlaw mud show fucking shit.
Yeah, that's what Elite X1 just put it in the chat. Just him in the two panes of glass. And that's somebody who I don't even just watch. I don't watch that shit like that anymore. Honestly,
yeah. I'm kind of slick falling off myself.
Dude, I had to see that, and I was mad that his last appearance. I didn't know this was gonna be like the last match stuff. So when I found out that he was literally right down the road, I could have driven to the kill for him and just seen him before he called it. I was kind of pissed at myself.
Yeah. And then for the other part, as far as the Vinnie Mac mess, I'll just say this. Told y'all. Everybody implicated. Everybody getting implicated.
I did laugh that if you play 2K, he is literally just censored on the screen. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is funny as hell.
That is wild. Well, no, it's funny to me because like everybody was so shocked that Stephanie was involved. I was like, why would you be shocked? Like, I'm not. Only person I was shocked was that Nick Khan was involved. I was like, oh, wow. I was like, I thought Nick Khan had more sense. That said, let's read this one. We got one here. This is a 1999 super chat. This is from Gilsmo. Says, I second the Women's History Month content. Loving the Venus video. Thank you for that. I actually worked really hard on that. I put a lot of effort into that. I actually watched a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Next Mutation, to do that video. I just want to put that out there. I took an L for all of y'all. Show is so fucking terrible. Oh my God. By the way, did you know you can watch all of it in its entirety on YouTube?
Where?
On YouTube. You just search.
No, I'm like, do you have to type in something specific? Or
no, I just typed in Ninja Turtles Next Mutation, and someone had a whole playlist with every episode.
Okay, because I know some people, that's how they'll like cheat the system and put the wrestling pay-per-views up. So it'll be like Ernie and Carter doing a backyard conversation about wrestling, and then when you click the link, it's just all the WrestleMania.
Yeah. Look, it's WrestleMania plus the pre-show. But no, he also says, get those likes up. Jesus, stop playing with me. Jesus. Just saying. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm super good. I'm super good on on that Vinnie Mac shit. I'm super good on it. I knew it was a thing. I said it a million times. It was gonna happen. That was the chickens. The chickens have come home to roost. We have roosting chickens right now. There are chickens outside roosting right outside of Vinnie Mac's home in Greenwich, Connecticut. Right now. As my granny used to tell me, what's done in the dark always comes to light. And it has come to the light, my brothers and sisters and MBs. Anyway, that said, I do have some stuff planned for more Women's History Month related content. I'm actually working, oddly enough. I was actually working on a video for Dr. Cecilia Reyes. I was also working on, I'm actually kind of workshopping a video about Jubilee. Because never done a video about her. And I was also thinking about maybe, I don't know what else, but the idea of making an all-women team, and I know some people are like, well, that's just A-Force. That's just A-Force. No, it's going to be my team. My team, my way. Also, this week, I think I'm going to release it this weekend, so maybe later tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to release the first... for this is gonna be for patrons and channel members. I'm gonna release the first of the many videos to come of me designing, excusez-moi, my all black X-Men team for the project I'm working on. So yeah, we got that. You don't have to worry about that. It's happening. It is gonna happen. I've already put in the work, and the first character is gonna be Frenzy. Who I work on first. So yeah, that's going to be that. We're going to do not character turnarounds. Actually, I do kind of want to work on a design. I think I actually might, that might be one of the next videos, maybe designing costumes, like uniform costumes for that. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens there. I will say that, I do find a little bit of the response, or I won't say a little bit, some of the initial response to the Venus and Jenica videos, I found some of it disturbing because there were some people that were just being super chuddy, but like the response otherwise has been pretty good. So I'm happy that people are enjoying it. And yeah, I would like to do some more in that regard. Maybe I'll do a video about the other turtle, the other female turtle, Lita, that doesn't get talked about enough. But yeah, we definitely got more stuff coming, more videos, all that stuff's happening. Carter, do you have anything that you want to share before we shuffle off to Buffalo?
No.
This monster. Yeah, I got nothing else. I got nothing else. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. I don't believe. I have nothing. I hope you all are having a happy, safe, sane, wonderful weekend. And for those who may catch the VOD on this, or catching the podcast versions, hope you're having a fantastic, whatever time of day that you find this. And yeah, just make sure you're out there taking care of yourselves. Make sure you're doing your wait.
Yep.
He said wait. He said wait. I wish I had that as a draw. I'm like, wait. Look, wait. No, actually, no, wait.
Hold on a minute, player.
I love it. I fucking love it. Oh, so anyway, we got one here. This is one last one here from Gearless Mo out here just hooking us up like only Gearless Mo can. I'm here for it. I love to see it. We got one here. This is another 1999 super chat. He says one more for the road. He says this. It says Dalls K. Williams. Congratulations on the promotion. Much respect. Remember to keep a healthy work-life balance.
Yes.
Whew, trust me, I'm working on that. Thank you all, dude. Look at that.
Real quick.
What's up?
Noob is saying, "Hey, Carter presents. Did Ernie tell you about the pizza? What pizza?
Oh,
Were
yeah.
you supposed to give me some fucking pizza?
No. I remember I told you about the other day where someone sent a pizza to my house, like trying to like in that doxing thing, because they were in their feelings because I had Alyssa Mercante on talking about that sweet baby stuff.
That conversation actually happened yesterday.
Yep.
Which led to the conversation about me and him going in.
Yeah, that's 100%.
That was all the same conversation yesterday.
That is 100. Which, by the way, I just want to point out. That is the most okay, so that stream and the just the pure interview VOD that Robo posted like the day after, those are the most disliked videos I have ever put out. Like I told Robo about it too. I was like,
I did see a comment about that too. I did see that.
I'm used to seeing no less than like 98 point whatever percent positive likes versus dislikes. That motherfucker, the stream itself sits at a staggering 32.6%, and the VOD, or not the VOD, but the re-release of it is at a 29.6%. Heavily disliked. I find that incredibly funny, and it tells a lot about some people. But anyway, that said, I lose no sleep over it because I didn't care. Dislikes don't matter because you clicked the button. And that is engagement.
I still haven't seen that. I still haven't even seen it, but that's wild.
It's wild. Oh yeah. They were mad. And well, because I remember everyone when it was. I didn't want to drag this out, but basically there was. It's a lot of bots because they're all saying the exact same thing, but with variations. So it's somebody who literally got a bunch of bots and just sent them to swarm those videos because they're not even showing up anywhere else.
Yeah,
they're not even showing up anywhere else. They're just on those specific videos that have to do with her. And it's funny because. They're all like, oh, well, rip your podcast, rip your YouTube channel. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm still eating. So, as you know, y'all can probably tell. Anyway, all that said, thank you all so much for the love, the support, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, pretty much. And we're gonna be out here. So yeah, for Carter Presents. Oh, wait. Psych. We got another one here. Hey. I ain't gonna shame. Is a Bird Nerd with the 199 says, broke this month. Don't let them get you down, boys. Hey, no, we ain't gonna let them. Not ever.
Can't get me down. I didn't even know about it, so I can't be down about some shit I didn't know about until yesterday.
Right. And honestly, it wasn't like anything bad happened. It was like my wife literally said, no, we didn't order this. And the person went on about their way. Like, all right. But anyway, yeah, I was like, all right. Like, cause she literally came and told me about it while we were still streaming.
Yeah.
She was like, did you order a pizza? And I was like, no. And she was like, it has your name on it, but like not your first name. It's just your last name. And I was like, not me.
Well, for me presenting,
Carter,
for me, for Ernie, for Blerd Cave and Blerd Cave today, for everybody that thought we would go be at each other's freaking throats, we are out. And for whoever ordered that pizza, what'd you put on it?